Welcome to the Wicked Radio Network.
One single snowflake alone. So delicate, so fragile, so ethereal. And yet, let a billion of them come together through the majestic force of nature. They can screw up a whole city.
Recorded to you live from inside Chili Willy's igloo. This is the Wicked Theory Podcast.
Achoo!
It's a chilly one. Hey kids, Snowmageddon 2016. Let's roll. Let's do the roll call. Dom, no. Ed. Well, kids.
Insert cricket noise.
Insert cricket noise. They're already in there. Trust me. You just can't hear them now. In the future. So, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, no Dom, no Ed, but we got my buddy Chad here finally, folks.
Hey.
It's a one-man applause
Yay.
for you, buddy. One-man applause. You know, clap for yourself, buddy. That's it. Bob don't clap for nobody.
I got my hands full.
Well, there you go. That's
Put
true.
that down.
Put that down and clap for me. So, yeah, man, the storm of the century has hit us again like it does every year, according to, reactions. And,
So this is like Sandy 2.0.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So I told Dom, I told Ed, just stay home. Just stay home. Have some soup and a blankie.
Oh, but you made me travel.
Well, you moved into the building I live in, this tiny island that we live on, just,
Got much smaller.
You just
Little
shrank.
podcast island we live on.
So, so you moved into my building, and it's like I've been trying to get you on the show, and this is what it took for me to get you on here finally, is moving in 100 yards away, maybe?
If it's that far.
If it's that far.
He was originally supposed to be on the show, but in order to avoid it, he had a car accident.
Well,
That was,
the limits people. The limits people will go to. No, but listen, hey, I'm really glad that you made it, that you're here.
Good
that
to be here,
that
by
you
the
made it through the
move?
Well, the move too, but the storm.
The storm.
The storm. This massive
How
storm.
far do you think you traveled? Was it 75, 80 feet?
Well, the snow is pretty deep, so, I mean, those are some...
Serious banks, right?
There are some drifts.
I mean, there's a lot of steps.
And we traversed it, bro.
Oh,
me and you.
You guys got
We
got
survived,
the corner entrance, too.
We
so
survived the trip to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, man, and it wasn't pretty.
Eerie.
It wasn't pretty.
Creepy.
When we
There
came
was
back,
police.
walking down the
Snowshoes, right?
Well, all that stuff, yeah, too. But when we came back and then walking along the bushes and the way that they're all covered and stuff, I was like, this feels like The Shining now.
It's
With this
definitely
weird
the
lighting.
snow maze scene at the end.
Yeah.
And
It
the
was
lighting.
I was waiting to find a guy all frozen and just like,
A Jaxicle?
yeah, a Jaxicle. Like,
Yeah.
poor
And I heard
guy.
you guys got halfway back, had to turn around and go back again.
Well, about halfway.
Well, I mean, whatever.
Well,
When your wife wants apple juice,
you know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure
Yes.
you get the apple
you
juice.
get the apple
Yes.
You get the fucking apple juice.
juice. Lest ye have to do it again.
More important than the mail.
You know what I mean? So, Chad, listen, buddy. I am really glad you're here, but there's a thing, okay? There's a thing we do on the show.
Ooh, I've never listened to the show before.
I think you're fucking lying. You may not remember what I'm talking about, but we make newcomers take a quiz, man.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, but we softball it, buddy. We softball it, all right? So, I know that you're going to get probably all of these, all right? Or you better.
Don't do that.
You know what I mean?
You're setting
But there's
the
no
bar high.
pressure.
I mean, after Leo's episode, I'm nervous.
Well, no pressure. Just some Jaws music. Just some Jaws music. So, I like to start these things with question number one.
Oh.
I start at the beginning.
Original.
I'll mix it up later.
Oh, okay.
So, buddy, listen. This quiz now is with, it's got some winterization technology going on here. So you might notice a theme.
I think you gave it away already.
Damn it! I'll figure this thing out one day. So question number one, buddy, is who are Thor's cold weather enemies?
Now, I could easily screw this up, but I'm going to go with the Frost Giants.
That is correct, sir. Let me just remind you that the first three questions
Would we have
are
accepted the Ice Giants?
I will. That it's enemies. It's plural.
All right.
And I would take either of those.
I
Are those
would've-
two
I
separate?
I don't know. That's why I said I might screw this one up.
There you go. Okay, what were you gonna say, buddy?
I was going to say the Eskimos, since they stopped shipping Eskimo bars up to,
That'll do it.
Is that where it was?
Valhalla.
You think
Yeah,
there's
that's what I thought.
That's just
That'll do
crazy.
it.
That's crazy.
But we get Malamars instead, so.
Uh-oh.
Trade-off.
I don't have a snack cake reference right now.
S'mores.
Question number 2, buddy. Can you name at least one character from Frozen? Olaf. I knew it would be Olaf. I should have put it in an envelope.
I've actually never seen that movie.
But I knew that you could name it. That was kind of like my thing. Like, I know he hasn't seen it, but I bet you he could name one. I figured he was either that or the girl Elsa.
I might not have gotten Elsa.
Well, at least you got
I'm
somebody.
glad you said only one, though.
So far, you're 2 for 2, pal. Oh my God! It's near legendary. Question number 3 is, who was Leonard Snart?
Oh shit! Is this a character from the show Gotham?
No, but you are in the realm. You are very much in the realm.
It's a DC character,
That's correct.
and that's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know, folks. Well, we're running with a theme here. We're running with a theme that might help.
Leonard Snart, it's Mr. Freeze.
There you no.
Ooh,
No.
Wrong cold-based character.
He's very close,
Captain
man.
Cole.
Captain of the
You know what?
cold.
And I can even picture the actor.
Could you
now.
please use the microphone?
Formerly of Prison Break on Fox.
That is correct, sir.
Yes.
Sir, you are indeed.
Snart family.
You are indeed correct.
And I must say, I love the show, The Flash.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Easily the worst characters.
We'll get to it, buddy. It's on my list. It's on my list.
Okay.
We will get there.
come
I
back.
know you, buddy.
We'll come back.
We'll come back. So now we're in the mediums. You know what? Why don't you grab me a nice cold Heineken if we're celebrating all things
I'm okay.
cold
I'm
on
good.
this snow-related episode.
I'm driving you home later.
On his back. Can you name 3 cold, quote-unquote, things from Game of Thrones? Names, places, things.
Ooh, okay.
Cold-related things from Game of Thrones. Just 3.
How about that queen, huh? There's a cold bitch.
We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. I knew it might be
Cersei.
somebody. I know someone's cold heart might be on the list.
All right,
but we're only
so-
taking one because there's a lot of cold hearts.
The Walkers, for one.
There you go. I'll take
You've got
it.
the Walkers. You've got North of the Wall.
Just the wall.
The wall itself
It's
is
pretty chilling.
I mean, it's made of ice, no?
Yeah, it's literally chilling.
Land of ice and snow.
Land of ice and snow. But yeah, that's 3 cold things. I would have even taken the Winterfell just because it was named
No,
Winter.
we were getting there.
Okay. Did I jump the gun?
You did.
Well, you had 3, so I figured you were doing pretty
I
good.
could have come out with more, though.
You were a fidget fucking machine, by
I
the
am
way.
trying to get comfortable.
Maybe I shouldn't give you a chair
He's
with
got
wheels.
the most comfy chair in the
I
house.
didn't even sip it yet, so take mine. And I'll open this.
Dog of shame.
That's the kind of host I am. Kids, are you paying attention? Because we're on to question number 5.
4 for 4.
Speaking of Mr. Freeze, what was the name of his wife? He was always talking about her, man. She was his motivation.
Damn.
Do you remember that?
I will go with Mrs. Freeze.
Technically, you
technically
are correct.
correct.
We will give you a half point for that one. It was Nora. My Nora. Oh, my Nora.
I might fail on the DC-based.
That's fine. That's fine. Hey, man, you can't get them all, right?
No,
I mean,
you
you can't get them all.
I mean,
you are in the mediums, too, by the way. So they are getting...
The difficulties
The
stepping up.
difficulty's
now.
going up.
So-
When you get to number 10, though, that's like the redemption round.
This is like poop yourself. Like I'm getting scared.
Not yet. That's like
No,
question
but
number
go-
9. Question number 9.
Oh,
That's
so
gonna
do we
that's gonna
back-
make you or break you.
Okay.
But we're back to number 6, which I think you might get. What was the name of the Arctic G.I. Joe member? The first one, basically. If there was one after him, which I think there probably
Oh,
was. but,
God.
I can think of 2, so I'll take either one, actually.
Snowblind.
I'll take that one, too. I think that's another one.
Yes,
But I was thinking of
Snowblind is
Snow
definitely
Job.
one.
I was thinking of Snow Job was the one...
Job.
Was the one with the
Oh, my
skis
God.
from the show.
Yes.
And then there was Frostbite, who came...
Frostbite.
Who was a dude who came with some snow-based tanky kind of
Yes.
thing.
All right. Yes.
Yeah, my G.I. Joe runs deep.
Snow job.
All right, buddy.
Wow.
Now we're into the official hard zone. You went to hard. You're in Hardtown,
Oh God.
Hardville, USA.
Oh God, I'm getting scared.
You should. It's hardcore. Number 7. What was the name of those gloves that would change in the cold? Remember when we were kids?
Yes, I actually saw them advertised again today on Facebook.
Get out of here. Little like, oh,
yes,
God, you had a
yeah.
great childhood if you remember these.
Yeah, basically. No, it was basically saying they make them for adults now.
Well, it's funny, when I looked it up, just out of the goof.
Oh, God, I'll get half of it right. Something Freakies.
Well, figure it out. Figure it out from there.
You said that now. I remember the whole thing.
You remember, right? Something Freakies. That's all I'm going to get you.
I know you could do it, bro. If you just think of the concept.
Okay.
Go over the DC characters we were talking about.
Use alliteration.
Freezy Freakies?
There you go. High fucking five. High fucking five.
Come on, Bob.
Freezy freaky fucking high five.
Yes, and if you remember correctly, they changed the characters would come out when the temperature changed.
Exactly. They'd have like a background, but then all of a sudden the skier would appear.
They were horrible.
Yes.
Oh my God.
They did nothing for you.
It was just like 80s.
All they did was soak up the water.
Yeah.
As
Yes,
the
they were
snowballs
sponges.
melted,
They were sponges.
and then they turned your hands to giant ice balls.
Yeah, but they were not much to look at either.
No, yeah, they
Those
were pretty
horrible
ugly.
color schemes.
Wow. Well, speaking of that, they are this week's sponsor of the Wicked Theory podcast. You can look forward to hearing their advertisement during the upcoming break. So, buddy, the next one, question number 8. The Ocho. Wonder Twins, Zan and Jaina. Who's got that water/ice ability?
Ooh, that would be Zen.
That would be correct.
Which, come on.
You know, where's the bucket coming from?
Come on.
That's the
seriously?
No,
No,
that's the
there
thing.
you go.
Because that's
there you
the
go. Because then now maybe his gift is bigger than we know of.
well, that seems
Can
to
he
be
make
the
a bigger
case.
bucket?
You know what I mean? Well, that's the thing. You know,
Yeah, you would think that the monkey would like turn into the bucket, but then you usually just see the monkey holding the bucket.
This is true.
that's.
But can you make
maybe
a
that's
bigger
the
bucket?
thing.
So-
Maybe
What's
the
the
monkey.
bucket made of?
I'd have to do some research and see if the monkey's just popping up with a bucket and then he's jumping into it.
I'm just thinking about what would happen. You know, the monkey. You know, monkeys they go to the bathroom everywhere. Though,
Yes, my mind was
they
my
might-
mind was there
You
as
don't
well.
want to use the monkey's bucket. Is basically what you're saying, right?
Yeah, well,
He's got to
maybe-
get cleaned out somehow.
You know,
Yeah.
Maybe the monkey mixes up his bucket for.
Oh no! Womp,
the
womp,
bucket
wrong
of water.
Bucket, Zan, sorry. Then Zan turns back into a person. He just smells like shit. all
and
day.
then he really is full of shit.
Literally. So, question number 9, buddy. You've made it to number 9. You're doing pretty good.
I've been warned.
Yeah. What are Frosty the Snowman's first words when the kids bring him back to life?
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday,
Which,
everybody!
I mean, he's a bit of a megalomaniac right there. Like,
You know,
wishes
it's like-
themselves a happy birthday.
The moment they come back to life,
It's just like,
the
look
moment
at
they're
me.
reborn.
Look
Yeah,
at me.
You think
I was
Jesus
born.
did that? I mean, come on, Frosty.
I could see Jesus doing that.
He might. Well, the way they portray him in the movies. Okay, so, buddy, you know, I don't even know what you got wrong. I stopped keeping track at about question number 1.
I think that was 1.
I
don't
got
know
a
which
half a
one.
point off for Mrs. Freeze.
That's correct.
that's right.
That's true. That's true. We'll put that in the log. So, buddy, listen, buddy.
Did you call me your butt buddy?
Buddy. I did. This is the super mega easy Frosty points redemption round, buddy. Okay, question number 10.
I don't need no redemption.
If I needed a Tauntaun, where would I have to go?
Huff.
That is correct. Yeah, it's a game of softballs. You know what I mean? I make it pretty easy. Question 10 is the easiest. But now, buddy, here comes the hardest part of all. It's the prize round. Inside these 2 boxes, there's a prize in each.
All right, I got a question
And they
for you.
are at a similar level of prizeitude.
All right, I have a question for you then.
I answer questions,
Which one?
certain questions.
Which pill
You're catching the reference.
sent him down the rabbit hole? Wait for our
Wait.
listeners.
You can't-
I may have jumped the gun here a bit. There's a red box and a blue box.
True.
They are
That's
both pill shaped. If viewed from above.
Regular listeners are familiar with them. If they'd like to see more, they can find my Instagram by magically figuring out what it is.
Now, which
one?
Which color?
Which color are you going to go
Neo
with?
down the rabbit hole?
Sometimes, I'll tell you this, I'll give you a little bit of a help. Sometimes, like, one box has got like a booty kind of prize, and the other box has got like the better prize. And these two are kind of like at the same point. And there's no goof this week.
Okay.
Because one week I put in 7 cents, and that worked out really well because somebody actually picked that one. But I didn't do that this week. So you got 2, like, kind of decent prizes here. Just pick a color, really, basically. Is what it's going to come down to, buddy. What do you like? You like things that
you
are
know
blue
what?
or red?
Which one are you? Red or
My
blue?
wife loves blue.
So you're gonna go.
And you know what? Going with the ice theme.
All right, that seems to work. That seems to work, buddy. Go with the blue. Historically,
It is a more wintry color.
and 99% of the time, the one people go with. Really? Yeah, it's like probably like 99.9. Oh, and by the way, we never tell you what was in the other box. So, Chad, would you like
What'd
to
you get?
describe the sexual aid that? Oh, that's not what that is.
Not only
Right.
is it an X-Files flashlight, which is, I mean, come on.
Yes.
What's more iconic than those flashlight beams
Exactly.
cutting through the dark?
And crossing over to form the X.
But batteries as well.
Batteries as well. Well, let me tell you something, Barry. That is from the our non-official sponsor, Loot Crate. So that's where I slowly collecting prizes for the show from. So,
Was it a X-Files based month?
Yes. But anyway, buddy, great. Good job on the quiz. Really couldn't be more proud of you.
Thank you, sir. Can you insert afterwards in post? Can we insert like
Yeah.
fanfare?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, bro. The audience already heard that. Some clapping. What do you like?
Well, then let's edit that
This will be an odd contextual thing for the listener. But what would you prefer? Like a long.
I would
30
like
seconds of
Arsenio
clapping?
Hall.
Okay.
I want Arsenio Hall. I want him.
Well, I don't know about
clapping his crowd.
I'm not saying I'm going to give you a specific show.
I was hoping for a little,
but like kind of like
action.
I was going to give you a couple of options of what I got in the bank. Like
Well, so let me hear them.
So basically, I was going to say like a long 30-second kind of like studio audience. Or like a 30-second
Rock audience.
yeah,
or
like
something
stadium
that.
audience.
Ooh, studio audience.
Studio audience, right? With the real claps.
And
you can
I
hear,
wouldn't
like,
be mad
you
if-
can pinpoint the one guy that's like woohoo.
I wouldn't be mad if we like inserted the wrong studio audience. Like maybe they're reacting to a sad moment.
Oh,
Maybe Will Smith just found out his father's not coming back.
Oh no! What movie is that?
Fresh Prince.
Oh, that's true. Well, that's and then probably some other
That's
thing.
when his acting chops were like realized.
He's realized. All right, so that's out of the way. Oofda. And now we can go on with the real show. You are officially allowed to be a guest now. And we can move on to other things, which usually implies other nonsense.
Can we move along, please?
Yeah, we're going to fucking move along.
All right, thank
When
God.
I feel like moving
I
along.
like all this pressure, all eyes on me.
Yeah, well, it's over now. So you're in the clear. You're in the clear. Now we can goof on other people if it happens. Speaking of other people, we got some Ed mails and some other funky emails. Yeah, lots of funky emails. Well, not about lots, but we got a couple, and they seem to be following the theme of being Frosty related. The first one's from Agent Palmer, and it's snow day questions. I really didn't preview this, so I apologize in advance. No offense to Agent Palmer, just saying. So here we go. Since you've decided to laugh at the storm and gather together to record a podcast, despite the blizzard-like conditions outside, they're beyond blizzard-like. Just
It's pretty.
maybe he means blizzard-like because they're so far beyond blizzard status that it's not
Yeah,
You'd see a White Walker out there.
It's
on my
like
way
Blizzard
here.
overkill.
blizzard overkill.
In my memory, this is definitely one of the worst storms in my
Do you,
memory.
well, speaking of, his question actually is, he's got some snow questions. Do you have any good snow day stories from your youth?
So he's asking basically, what do you snow?
It's terrible.
It's so dry in here. No, good.
It's
good zing, Bob. Good zing.
It's hard because back then,
Hey, I'm here all night.
Oh, that's the problem.
No respect. I tell you.
Never was. All right,
well,
so
it's kind of strange because
Yeah.
we view them differently now, don't we? Because I can't fucking stand the snow.
My
The
day
cold,
today.
I fucking hate it. But I used to play in that shit.
well, not for nothing. Like up
This would
until
have been
like,
exciting when I was 8.
I think until my 20s, like I could just be out in the cold with no shirt on,
Oh, no.
and I didn't even feel it.
No.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know about anybody else, but I feel like when I was younger, like just even into my teens and shit
Oh,
like
no,
that,
I
like, you
think
could
by
just
the-
hang out in the cold, and it was like, meh, no big deal.
By 11.
By 11,
By like
you were-
11, I was shivering.
You had no
Fucking hated
epidural.
it.
You had no fatty layer.
I've been the same weight since
Yeah, but how many
fucking
nights?
high school.
How
Since
many
I
nights
was
did you hang
born.
out outside and in 30 or 20 degree weather?
Well, because we didn't have options. We couldn't do what
No.
we were doing inside someone's house during school.
Fair enough. You can't go home and cut school.
No, so we had no choice. You dealt with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's pretty true.
So let's answer this freaking question.
So snow day stories from my youth. I don't know about from my youth.
Okay,
but
I got one.
I had one today. I didn't have to go home. I mean, I'll go to work. I do have to come home, but I didn't have to go to work.
That's pretty
These
awesome.
3 sips of the beer really went to my head. Let me tell you.
Crazy.
But yeah, didn't have to go into work today.
You're still driving me, right?
Yeah.
It's
not gonna be
no problem,
Bill.
dude, no
Yeah,
problem.
Bill's
good.
waste.
But you got to shuffle. You got to shuffle my car out. That's the deal.
It'd probably be easier.
That's the
to
deal.
Scooch along the floor like a dog on a new carpet.
There you go. That makes
Then it would
sense.
be
Now
to
it's all.
shovel that thing out.
All right, that's
The
not-
cars are buried.
Scooch. You're gonna scooch across the floor.
Ass scratch.
So he also asks, do you have a go-to snow day movie? That's like a good.
Ferris Bueller.
That is kind of like a good snow day.
It is, right?
Like, yeah,
It's a classic.
because it's such a classic. I
Right.
think that's what it really comes down to.
It kind of wasn't like a warm day in the movie. It's Chicago.
Right.
You know,
right.
they're wearing like not winter clothes, but
Yeah, but not exactly.
a lot of the time, like you see him in
There's some long sleeve stuff going on. Some short sleeve stuff too. But
and at one point he's wearing a jacket.
yeah. But that's a good one. That's a good one. How about
The
you?
jackets are a big deal in that movie.
How about you? Was it like
the wife and I will-
Battle Royale?
No,
Or,
exactly.
King of the Ring.
The wife and I do tend
Martyr.
to sometimes
Martyrs.
go with themes, and we watch Dead Snow.
I was getting
Dead
close.
Snow. You were
I
on
was
the
there.
cusp.
I was there.
You were on the cusp.
I was on the cusp.
Have we seen Dead Snow?
Not all of it.
No.
It's one of those ones. I know what it
There's,
is.
Nazi zombies.
Nazi zombies.
It's-
The first of its kind. Zombie Nazi.
Excellent horror comedy.
Low mid budge.
Mid-budget. No, I think it had a good budget.
It had a good
definitely
budget.
had production value.
It used its money well. I'll tell you
Yes.
that because I know it's
Yeah, no,
mid-level.
it was. It's not a Hollywood blockbuster.
What? Are you kidding me?
It is
Brad Pitt's not in that?
No, he's not. No, that was World War Z.
What, no Johnny Depp.
No, but I
now
will say
I
that
wanna
Dead
see-
Snow is better than World War Z.
That's yeah. Well,
Easily.
I can tell you that with only having seen World War Z and having read the book. But anyway, so that answers
good.
that from Chad. We threw that to Chad. Bob came up with a good one. So now his next thing here is on the night before a potential
Did we
storm.
hear-
Wait,
Did we-
Bill,
did we
what
hear
do
Bill?
you-
Oh, what
what
about
do
me?
you-
Yeah.
What about me?
Yeah.
What's your go-to? If
Hmm.
you have to think
I mean,
about it,
you could go
shooting-
with like themes, like
Yeah.
movies that have like multiples, because you are inside all day. So just
You could marathon.
right.
This
Just
is
you know
an
what?
excellent point.
Just to give
That
you
is
a
an
way to go.
Excellent point.
Yeah.
If I was going to marathon anything, I would marathon Planet of the Apes stuff. I'll tell you that. That's a marathon like I've been meaning to watch
You know what?
for a long time.
I keep saying the wife and I, but the wife and I think a year or so ago, I don't know, I think it was weather related, home all day, and whatever channel it was did, and this was my first time watching
Like a
most of them.
Sure.
The original stuff.
Yeah.
And wow, what a blast that was.
When you watch them all through,
Oh my god.
how much like you know?
I mean, subtracting the new stuff.
oh, absolutely. But
All that original stuff with Charlton Heston.
Roddy McDowell, all that.
Oh god, that's
Yeah.
good stuff.
Especially
Oh, yeah.
once you. I mean,
first,
it's
I
good
think
stuff.
first two.
I mean, granted, it's got all of its cheesiness throughout all of it.
Oh, once you go
But what
under
I
the
do
Planet
like-
of the Apes,
Yeah, but
it
they-
just
Even though
starts.
they lose it, what I do like is that the overallness of it is about making a loop.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it
you know
comes
what I mean?
back.
It
It
comes
does.
back around. So I'll give it. That's the kind of like thing I like about it.
Yeah.
Certain movies don't hold up on their own, but they all work in a
Good
chain.
answer.
All right, I did something right. So his next thing here is on the night before a potential storm, did you do your homework to appease Mother Nature to get a snow day, or did you tempt fate by not doing the work in the hopes of you would have more time? I guess he means in school.
It's school age.
School aged. I don't know, man. I just never did my homework. I
Yeah,
was
mean,
not that kid, man. I was not a
really.
good
I
student.
mean, that's me. That was me too. Once you found out that the teacher really didn't give a shit if you
Yeah.
actually put it in, even though they said send in the homework, send in the
yeah,
homework, and they were passing you anyway.
yeah.
I was why just I'm good. I'm good. Just show up.
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah,
Just show up and don't
You
do
geared this
stupid
question
stuff on
to
the
the wrong
test.
people.
yeah, wrong table for this
Yeah.
one. For us, it's
Well, you know
like
what
here's this. Any reason to not do homework was definitely a good reason.
So yeah, it was
So-
the snow day that kept me. From
Right, but I think I know
week.
I can speak for you and I in that we were quick enough that we picked things up fast in class when everyone else had to
Yeah.
like memorize stuff. It was just like, okay, that's what happened. Great, bing, done. Next,
yeah, pretty
you know?
much. Yeah,
Yeah, I wasn't
So-
going to pat myself on the back, but I was the one that, without having shown up to school, could come in because
I'll pat us all on the back and say we were those kids because I know the three of us, and
maybe it was raining out, so
enough.
I had to come to class that day. And
You know what I mean?
the teachers would find it nothing more infuriating for a student that hasn't been there all year to be able to sit down and pick up where all these other students are not doing so hot.
And nothing better than getting the whole thing when you finally show up and they're like,
Yes.
"Oh, you're that? You're Sweeney?"
My zipper got stuck.
Okay. On that note, lastly, why the hell can't snow days be as fun for adults as they were when we were kids? So
Work.
Responsibilities.
life, man. I think the most fun we have is shoveling snow.
What?
I don't know if that's even counts.
We should all just fucking kill ourselves then. Holy shit.
We enjoy in other ways, but you know what it is too. I don't think we just don't get them as easily either.
No.
Like if a snow day comes, it's like we're surprised. Like the fact that
I work for the city.
Like
I
didn't
don't
know,
get snow days.
Like you didn't know until the last minute, basically, that you were not going to have to work today. And same
No,
thing
no,
with
no,
me.
no. I had to work. It was a question of being able to get there.
Well, fair enough. Well,
I work for
me
the city.
Too. Me too.
Technically, when there's a state of emergency, I have to go in.
Right. So anyway, let's see how he wraps this up. That is all. Good night and good luck. That's a good wrap
It's
of
a
it.
classic.
Eventually, the snow has to stop falling, right? I mean, it can't fall forever, can it? I don't know if that's a Crow reference, and he worked it like it can't rain
It
it can't rain all the time.
Can we pull out some Brandon Lee, please?
Can we play some Brandon Lee? Let me tell you, if anybody on request ever pulled out a Brandon Lee riff,
Well, it'd be the Crow riff.
you would right, the Crow. Obviously,
it
it would
plays on guitar.
or
in the
any
scene.
song. If you just pulled any song out of your bag of tricks from that soundtrack,
Yes.
I'd give you a massage. I'd give you a back rub. I'd give you a little shoulder rub down. I'm not saying anything
A
gay.
handy under the table.
Now you went too far. All right. Ed Mail. Gentlemen, are there any Blizzard movies besides Nickelodeon's Snow Day? Blizzard movies.
I mean, literally, are there any others that talk about blizzards?
Yeah, like the Blizzard is the thing.
I think
thing-
that the Sci-Fi Channel has got quite
Dude,
an
this-
arsenal.
There had to be like some disaster movies from the 70s that when we were little kids, because disaster movies were huge in the late 70s.
And I got one.
Towering
that you'll-
Inferno. I'm sure there was a blizzard.
I got
you
one I
know?
think you'll all appreciate a
Yeah.
little bit.
What about Stephen King's The Thing? Not Stephen King. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
John Carpenter's The Thing.
John Carpenter's the thing, but
The
Stephen
thing.
King's The Storm of the Century.
There you go.
Terrible.
Okay, that's one.
Just give me
But
what
yes,
I
it
want
exists.
and I'll go away.
It exists.
It exists. I liked it. I
didn't
kind of
like
liked it.
I was excited for it.
As was most
What was it, TNT?
as with a lot of Stephen King things, when they get adapted, the ending loses its punch.
He just does not translate well unless it's something of his
kinda-
that is not horror based.
And I will say, I'm kind of glad it's not a book. That it's only a thing he wrote as a
Yes.
script and a screenplay, like for TV only. Like
No, see, then because I think the book might have been redeeming then. If anytime you watch a Stephen King, I mean, I myself am a complete addict to Stephen King. So anytime it's something that has been adapted, I've read the book before, maybe multiple times.
Sure.
So had I seen Storm of the Century, and it wasn't absolutely terrible.
fair enough.
Had I missed the book that it had been adapted from, had it been an actual piece of literature,
Yes,
then I would have looked forward to that, knowing the track record.
right.
But I just want to go back really quick, Stephen. I'm sorry, Mr. King.
Mr.
Mr.
Lord
King.
King.
And
King-
say
King.
that every one of his that is not horror-based,
Right, has a hard time.
those things translate amazing.
Right, it seems
Everything in 4 seasons, 3 out of 4.
Right. Out of that book, 4
The
seasons.
Body.
Right.
Right.
Stand
the body,
by me.
Stand by me.
Apt Pupil.
Apt pupil.
Yeah.
Sure.
Rita Hayworth and
What is the one with Thomas Jane?
Shawshank Redemption.
The Fog. When they finally did the Fog. That's another one that's like horror, but it's like it's
Maybe
different.
because
By
it's
the
more
end-
sci-fi based.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it
Well-
made such an amazing movie. That's an amazing movie.
It is. Well,
Right.
the ending's
Well,
insane,
that's like the
but-
Langoliers, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, the
Right.
Langoliers is. I never read Langoliers,
That's like
and I don't know if I ever watched the whole movie, but that's like a TV movie too that gets a little
Yeah.
rough on the edges.
well, so was it, and the
Yeah.
ending of it was.
Oh, it's just tragic.
But then again, the whole thing was kind
ending
of.
of it?
It was the whole thing of
Yeah,
it, more or less,
yeah,
except
to
for
be honest.
what's his name, Curry.
Yeah.
Tim Curry. He was awesome.
No, he's the only thing that holds
That
it
is
all
the
Yeah.
only
together.
redeeming
Because I mean,
quality.
the cast. It's like, come on,
And they
Harry
did all right.
Anderson.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. Judge.
Come on, Harry Anderson is
Thomas-
in a serious role.
I want to say
please?
Thomas C. Howell, but that's not his name. The other guy, who's like from the Waltons or something. The other guy with the glasses.
Oh, yeah, he was Tomboy. Yeah, that was like the first thing he did since the Waltons.
You know, I mean, is that where I know him from?
Yes, he was Tomboy. John Boy.
Okay.
He was John Boy. I forget his name.
Skinny, dweeby looking guy, glasses.
And,
anyway.
And come on, John Ritter, at the time, he was like still knocking on your door, you know?
Remember when John Ritter did that, though? It was like...
I was trying to picture the actors. I'm so glad you said John Ritter.
But remember when John Ritter did that? That was like the talk, too. It was like,
it was like,
John Ritter doing
like,
a dramatic piece.
Because he was like the best thing on ABC at the time.
Yeah, and then every time John Ritter came back, which was like 3 more times in his career, it was like, ooh, John Ritter doing a dramatic piece. Yeah. It's like, that's all he does.
What was the one he died on set for? Was it 10 Rules for Dating My Daughter?
Yeah, it was the rules for dating my daughter, whatever it was. He died on set.
Yeah, I remember
he had that heart aneurysm thing, whatever. And
crazy. All right, so there you go. That's about what we get out of that, because that's enough. But another one from Ed, real quick. Let's see. Let's find something silly from him. What's your least favorite salad dressing?
Ooh, that's French.
French.
That's
of the ones I've
tried. That's just lazy.
That's just lazy emailing.
No, I mean the dressing. Come on, it's ketchup and mayonnaise.
You're not fooling anybody.
That's a lazy dressing.
Well, that's the Russians for you. It's like we make Russian.
Oh wait, no, it's Russian dressing, isn't it?
Russian dressing is mayonnaise and ketchup.
That's what I meant, not French.
Two very American.
See, when in doubt,
secrets revealed on the Wicked Theory podcast.
When in doubt, I just blame the French.
Well, that's the poor man's alternative when someone asks for it on a sandwich is to just mix mayonnaise and ketchup.
No,
there you go.
That is the worst.
Cocktail sauce, ketchup, and horseradish.
I love that shit.
Also,
I put that shit on everything.
Yeah. So, kids, moving right along, because that's what we do. We move it along. Where's my top sheet? I lost my top sheet. There's my top sheet. Yeah, just real quick, I just wanted to throw this out there. Who is Brian Hughes? You guys don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
But he likes the show.
Didn't he direct?
He did.
Pretty in Pink.
I think that's a different Hughes. I think that's
that's John Hughes.
John. That's his brother.
Hughes.
That's his brother. That's his brother, John.
Brian Hughes' brother.
Maybe he's related to Opie Hughes. I don't know. No, but he's a guy who follows me on Twitter. He checks out the show. He likes the show. I'm not sure where he kind of. I guess maybe the 7 Days of Geek guys. He's like he's checked out their show. But anyway, just want to give him a shout out. Shout out to Brian.
Shout out to Brian Hughes.
Thanks, Larry.
Keep listening there. All right, there.
Keep on listening, Mark.
It's people like you that make this sport going.
Meanwhile,
so speaking of Flash, which you mentioned before. We do a segment on the show that we call Meanwhile. But when we do Flash Talk, Bob does this. Rock and roll. Speed it up. So not to get too crazy into it, but you are watching Flash, right?
Since day one.
Since day one!
Good man.
So good, right? So good. Like
you know what? All right, I'll tell you right now. And I think I encapsulated it pretty well. Initially, I had a lot of trepidation because it was so silly, which is ultimately why I love it. Mm-hmm. Because it's a show that doesn't take itself too seriously.
It's got just the right balance.
It lives right in the middle, and I think that's why I like it. It's a good time.
Yeah, it's basically saying, okay, this is a comic book TV show. That's what we are, and that's what we're going to be.
It doesn't feel the need to be dark and gritty. It's fun.
Yeah,
it's fun. It's a blast.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it manages to be just the right blend. Somehow it pulls it off. It's obviously having a good lead.
And it's one of the few things in the DC universe that's actually being portrayed in TV or video that's not dark looking.
Absolutely. And you know what?
Right.
Nobody... It got me more interested in the Flash comic books.
Sure.
Which, right there, I'm not a huge fan of DC. And I only say that because I wasn't brought up reading it. I find the older I get, the more I read, I got no problems with DC.
Right. My buddy Grant Markham, he just got a whole bunch of the trades for the new run of Flash.
This is New 52
New
stuff?
52. He just got a bunch of them for Christmas. And digging it hard. Yeah. He's like, if you like the show, you really got to read the book because their interpretations kind of work with the show a little bit, but not like so heavy where it's like you feel like it's one of them is borrowing.
This is the time.
Hard.
This is the time right now. We had a New 52. New 52 has been going on long enough that there should be 1 or 2 trades out.
Yeah.
So it should be real easy to dive in.
Yeah. Well, for now, until stuff happens that we'll get to in the news. But anyway, so the show is really good. Did you watch Legends of Tomorrow?
No, I have not. I watched the first half of the last episode of Flash. I have not watched Legends of Tomorrow. I'm very hesitant about watching Legends of Tomorrow for the simple fact that it's all the characters I like the least from Flash.
Well, that's what I mean.
It's
second
center
string.
stage.
Yeah. You're going to have to sell me on these second stringers.
Yeah, I don't like... I'm not a big fan of Snart.
It's a bit of a faith jump.
It really is. And I watched it, and I'm saying that still.
Right.
Like,
the concept is good.
Concept is good.
See, that's what I was...
I can dig on taking a team of second...
Right.
I can dig taking a team of second stringers. I can dig maybe a time travel-based show.
Right.
But after I watched it, I'm like, I still don't know.
Right.
I still need like 2 more episodes, I think, or at least 1 more, but maybe 3 to really figure out. And I don't really ever say that with a show. Like, I don't know if I like it or not. I'm usually kind of like on or off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And this is one of those ones where I'm like,
well, I cannot formulate an opinion yet. I have not seen it.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't want to get too crazy about it.
It is done by the same guys who do Flash and Arrow, so
it's got a lot of that same feel.
Yeah, it's got a lot of the same feel, but it's got everything going for it. Mm-hmm. The only thing it doesn't have going for it is the fact that the cast is all second stringers.
Yeah, there's no big.
It really does rely on the writing to make sure that this show is going to be a success.
Absolutely.
Well, that being said, that you said it's from the same people that brought you the Flash and Arrow.
Yeah, it should do well.
It feels more.
I
like
have
Flash.
never been able to get into the Arrow.
I mean, and I tried a couple times.
I want to. I mean,
I know there's good stuff in there.
It's there.
Yeah.
I know that it's supposed to pick up a lot following season, maybe I think
2 or 3.
2 or 3. But I've never been able to wade through season 1.
Yeah, I just can't for some reason.
I've tried more than once.
I haven't even tried.
And I plan on trying again.
Fair enough.
Because from the get-go, watching the commercials from the very beginning, it just felt like, oh, okay, they're just kind of redoing Batman as Arrow.
Well, it's,
yes.
You know?
Yeah,
it's a lot of
and this was pre-Flash.
Yeah.
And as you watch it going on, they pull a lot of stuff from Batman's mythos. Because,
absolutely. Everything is Deathstroke. Yeah. Everything is Ra's al Ghul.
Everything's a lot cooler in Batman's mythos. You're not going to let us use Batman? We'll just use all of Batman's cool shit.
Exactly.
Like, I'm waiting for Two-Face to pop up. So did you happen to catch the newest trailer for Suicide Squad?
Of course.
Of course. What do you think?
I watched that whole whatever channel it was.
Oh, that DC, the DC Look to the Future of DC movies special.
Oh God, this trailer it didn't do it for me. It actually took things away. I was more excited before it. I was on board.
Are you nervous about what you saw, or what is it? The tone?
I've been nervous since day one.
Yeah,
this was not a property that anyone could confidently say this is going to kick ass.
Right.
Just to take on the Joker, I'm not one of those people that's going to knock him because I haven't seen him. If you remember what the internet, backlash was for the last guy who played the Joker.
Well, it seems like there's always a backlash until people see it.
Well, because when you're
people had backlash on Jack Nicholson, and what dream casting was that? At the time?
Really, were you really holding on to the 60? You
know what I mean?
The guy from the 60s.
You know what I mean?
Was that like?
I think
that who you saw back in the role.
I think with some of these things, it's like we gotta say, wait till you fucking see it.
That's why I'm willing to wait. And I think after the last Joker we got, I think that it's understandable that they would take such a left turn.
I could look past the aesthetic stuff, the
which
tattoos
is
and the teeth,
bothersome.
Which is bothersome to a degree.
But I can see that they have to go in a different direction because we had such an epic Joker. Yeah, Joker was very much what you know.
You do kind of got to wipe the slate clean a little bit.
You definitely can't do anything that could feel at all like Heath Ledger's Joker.
No, you can't.
Because you're going to have those comparisons anyway, and some of it's unavoidable because you're talking about things that are like a laugh. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Things that are like, you probably, without even trying, you probably end up sounding like him, or like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
These kinds of small nuances that have to be there.
Well, because when you're playing a mental patient, basically. This guy's a nut job. You really do. You have to put something so different. It has to be so completely polar opposite that if by the time they bring out a third one, let's say Jared Leto kills it.
Sure.
Let's say absolutely kills it. We get him for a couple more movies, and it comes time again to reboot the Joker yet again.
Right.
And I'm only saying for a third time. I'm not even bringing Jack Nicholson in this. Right. Let's say for a third time. Like, where the fuck could you go then?
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's the thing, too. We've
got a Juggalo. We've had... where could you go now?
Yeah, they got the Jokalo.
They joke a little.
Jokalo.
The
There you
Jokalo.
go.
But that being said, I found that Harley in the new trailer for some reason, you know what?
You're not
I
feeling
was
it,
feeling
or-
it before.
But not so much in this
Not
one.
so much this one. I don't know if you saw it, if you picked it up. We get Harley Quinn's origin in that trailer.
Well, yeah, it seems that way. We're getting some flashback. I
It
think we're
looks
going to
like-
get some kind of flashbacky stuff for every one of them.
But I preferred the I preferred the Dr. Harlequin.
I think that's what we're getting.
Yes, we have seen her treating the Joker, but in this trailer, it seems like she's thrown into a. I don't want to.
I don't know, and I don't know how much.
she has any choice in the matter.
Well, here's the thing with her origin too. I don't know how much it's been played with and how wide they've. Like, oh, it's one kind of way in this
there was
book,
one,
and
a
there's
la the
another
Batman
kind of-
Adventures. There
Right,
was
right.
one, and then we have a new 52 one.
Sure,
This is
sure.
I know a bit.
So how is her new 52 one different?
I think the new 52 one more closely mirrors what we're seeing via
Okay.
Suicide Squad.
Fair enough.
But a lot of people, I don't the stuff I know. She was I don't know. I'm gonna trip over a lot of words here. A lot of people don't like what's happened to her in New 52.
Okay, yeah,
We've
no,
gotten a lot of more silliness.
Yeah,
They've gotten
yeah.
a lot more Deadpool-esque
yes,
with the character.
Yes. That seems to be
bringing
the
her
approach.
sexuality into it, and like things that Whereas even though she might have stemmed originally from a children's cartoon, she was a very strong female character.
Yeah, well, on that, the nuances on that show, actually, you wouldn't really even catch as an adult until someone points some of them out to you. But no, I understand the backlash though to a degree with the Harley Quinn, because now, not for nothing, it was one thing before where she was like, okay, she's nutty and she's not sexualized. But, she's in a tight suit, whatever. But now in this, like, she's coming off almost fucking skanky.
She looks like
You know what I mean? So
Gwen
I can-
Stefani. She
Right.
looks like Gwen Stefani in one of
Well,
her
that's the thing. She's looking like she's
Juku videos.
She's from She's from one of these videos, or she's from a concert tour, or she's a backup dancer, or something
Yes.
like from some over the top thing. And I get it. It's a look. You know what I mean? It's a
She's-
thing.
Mommy, she looks like syphilis.
It's a STD with legs. Oh no! All right, so
And what a fine looking syphilis she is.
you got any recommendations there, Chat of the Undead? I mean, in this meanwhile section, we kind of go over what we've watched recently or seen recently. I mean, I know I'm kind of hitting you from the left right now, but
Yeah, this came out of nowhere.
But what's something you might have seen in the last few days where it was really good?
The
Or
wife
last-
and I, in the last couple of days, have thrown ourselves into Homeland.
Okay.
And it was one of those things where, we're just... There aren't a lot of good shows on television right now.
Yeah.
And, I mean, The Flash just started. Things are just coming back. We're between a lot of stuff. So it was like, Apple TV.
Yeah.
Show us something.
Right.
And
What's good?
Homeland has just been one of those things you hear about forever. And it was
Yeah,
like
right,
when it
exactly.
started.
It's been on a while.
It's fucking good.
What do you guys, first season, second season?
We are second season, midway second season.
All right, it's holding up.
And it's still good. It's still got us.
Cool.
I don't give anything away for anyone that
No,
might.
no,
At
that-
this point, I
yeah.
mean, fucking, we're there.
You know
like
what it is.
season 7.
Yeah, it's like, you've heard of it too and all that stuff. But,
no, I give it. I guess I should have started watching earlier.
all right,
I guess I waited long enough.
Everybody was right again.
You got me.
Bastards. What's your friendly recommendations? I think at this point,
How about you? How about you
Well,
guys?
about
You guys
me?
got something I haven't seen?
Well, I'm a fan of Orphan Black.
Oh, dude.
oh, so that came back for you, right?
Not yet.
Not
Oh,
yet.
but
Not yet.
soon.
April.
April.
Bob,
Yeah, so.
April.
I'm a member of the Clone Club.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, Bob finally found his
Somebody.
buddy.
I went there.
Somebody.
All right, and with that, we're going to take a break. We're going to be... No, I'm-
Tatiana Masley deserves a fucking
Oh, she's brilliant.
Emmy.
she deserves a lot of fucking awards.
Yeah,
for that.
she's
She
gotten-
deserves one for every fucking character.
I am only a
Mind
piece of a way
blowing.
through, but I have
Yeah, he's watched like the
episodes.
first 3 or 4 episodes of season 1.
Oh no, you
I
gotta
have
get
season
him.
1. I have
Listen,
season 1 DVD. On
Helena
DVD.
alone.
That's why I wanted to make sure he watched at least the first 3, because you got to get introduced to Helena,
that
and then you start
character-
seeing how deep the rabbit hole goes with this thing.
Right.
You know, at least you start getting
You know
an
what? I
idea.
will say that. I mean, I'm starting to disagree with some aspects of the show now. Without saying anything, because I expect.
Yeah, I do.
Brother Bill
I
to
do
watch.
want to catch up. I do want to catch up. I know it's
But
good.
no, it's good shit, man. This is good television.
Okay.
And this actress is fucking mind blowing.
No, she's she was blowing me away, and I knew what to expect to a degree too. And it's still like, oh wow,
Yeah,
yes,
right now I
okay,
think they're up to like 12 different characters that she's had on the
They're
show.
saying that there's more coming.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
And
Well, just,
even one of them
yeah.
was transgender.
Nice.
Yes, I remember that.
Tony.
Okay.
That was hard to
Hey,
watch.
nice.
That's hard to look at.
I gave that away. Billy hasn't seen it yet, but
Yeah, but
you know.
I remember you mentioned that a while ago.
That's
So-
not going to destroy any major plot point.
No, that was like thrown in there one episode, and that was it.
That was like a.
And that was kind of like, all right, we can get rid of this guy. He's
He didn't
like,
really
It
last.
was a little unsettling.
yeah,
We're just kind of touching.
It's like every other
especially
aspect.
when he hit on Felix.
Yes, and it's like, most of the time I kind of want to rub one out to her, and now all of a sudden I don't know how I feel.
I don't know how I feel about her overall now. Aren't they all
This is a
aspects?
weird
Yeah.
erection I have right now.
Right,
I don't mean
they're
right
all,
now.
They're no, oh, okay, good. No. That's
not
what
right
I.
now.
Yeah, I needed clarity on that.
All right, everyone start looking at me funny.
Yeah,
Rightfully so.
Just watch some Apple. Go home and watch Apple TV.
It's upward.
All right, so you were also telling me about Man Seeking Woman.
Man Seeking Woman. It's on FX. I think one of the issues with the show being is that it might be on the wrong channel. I think possibly if it was on Adult Swim or Comedy Central,
Okay.
it might have a wider audience.
But it's really, really good, right?
It's absolutely brilliant. It's hysterical. It's super intelligent, and they bring such a almost a lowbrow humor to make such intelligent points
Okay.
and such nuanced.
Like a little bit of social kind of commentary, or is
It's
it
stuff.
more
Anyone that's
smaller
ever been in a
stuff?
relationship, it's
Okay.
things that it's one of those where there'll be an entire episode wrapped around something that that you've never put into words.
Okay.
It's one of
All
those
right.
things that's like, oh my god,
All right,
you put
all
that
right.
into words and you actually constructed an entire episode around that?
Right. I got you.
Yeah, I'll stick around
Okay.
and watch this. Yeah,
Okay.
it's absolutely brilliant. It's hysterical.
Because I did see over the weekend, I saw this article kept on popping up, and it was about how it's like the one show nobody's watching that's like probably the best thing on right now.
Absolutely, it's definitely the
Smartest
best thing that
comedy
you're
or
not
something like that.
watching it.
All right, but it's
So,
FX, Man Seeking Woman.
Well, yeah, FX. First of all, come on. Track record wise, think
Yeah.
about it. I don't know
No,
if you've
yeah.
seen You're the Worst. It's another brilliant show that's on there.
No, but it's one of those ones that I've seen stuff for it, and I'm like, oh, this has got to be
Absolutely
really good.
hysterical stuff.
Sure.
I mean, I think the theme song boils down to the lyrics. I'm gonna leave you anyway. And it's their
It's like-
relationship that they both know is fucking doomed.
Right? Yes,
and
I've
they're
seen.
not good people.
Right,
And
on You're the Worst,
Yeah,
right.
it's brilliant.
I think I've seen the setup, the write up on that
But
one
look
too.
at Sons of Anarchy.
Mhm.
Even,
Oh, Always Sunny.
I mean,
The Shield.
Archer.
Yeah, FX is a channel for some reason though. It's off my radar. Like I always forget.
It's
about
off
it.
of a lot of people's radar until they have a hit.
Right,
that you're following
right.
closely.
Yeah.
But a lot of their stuff, once again, Man Seeking Woman. If you're not watching it, give it a shot. I know Hulu has the first season up. For some
Okay.
reason, FX does not seem to want you to catch up on their shows.
Right, they make it
go
a
on
challenge?
FX now. I
Right,
don't know if
right.
it's different on demand. If you
Okay.
can grab their whole library.
But they have some kind of app or something.
Yeah, but
Because
on
that's
the
what
app, they'll give you this whole season.
Sure.
They would advertise it, but they would not let me watch season 1.
Those bastards.
It's like, come on.
Come on.
But thankfully, Hulu did carry it, and it's definitely worth catching up on.
All right.
We'll return after these messages.
From the beginning, they were different. Yes, these gloves looked normal. But when it got cold, they got freaky. Freezy Freakies.
Oh no, they're changing.
New Freezy Freakies. The gloves that change when it gets cold. They're normal now, but watch out.
Oh no, they're changing again.
Freezy Freakies by Swanee.
Freezy Freakies available at Macy's, Neiman Marcus, Denby's, Sage Allen.
with that subtle sound, we're going to go into some news. Yeah, news, baby. That's the new news theme. I hope you
the
like it.
Ocho.
I hope do you get those subtle references in there? I hope you do. I hope that you do. So the nerdy news is going to roll like this week. We're going to start with some comic stuff, and I put this out on the table for the guys to take a look at. I don't know if Bob really got to take a good look at this, but this is the new design for Captain America. Steve Rogers is going to come back to the suit in a few months. If you take a look,
Steve Rogers is back.
So,
okay, it's got a little more of a stealth reference, modern stealth look to it, with some hints of the original Shield. Obviously, the throwbacks to the original Shield.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I was going to go. It's an homage.
Yeah, they got the original Shield.
There's a little bit of the Patriot in there. Remember that era?
Yeah, sure.
Well, if you look at the sketch one I'm seeing, I'm wondering, is that Shield piece? Can he switch that between shields?
So what it is that the new Shield that's shaped like the old Shield, the badge type of shape, is separates into two pieces. And one piece actually has like this energy blade on the tip of it.
I see.
So he's got some new options with this shield, and it looks like Sam Wilson, who has the title of Captain America right now, and has the old classic shield, and
AKA the Falcon,
or Cap Falcon, or Falcap, as some people call him, because he still has the wings.
The Black Captain.
That's what some people like to say. But I think, if I remember correctly, what they're going to do is they're going to have, they're both going to be Captain America. This is this thing that Marvel's like, no big deal. Just, two completely different guys running around with the same title. And I get, like, that it's like, well, if you take Captain America away from Falcon, then he just becomes this forgettable character again. And it's like, we don't want to do that to him because we're building him up as something. I'm like, okay, cool.
Right.
But, like, is that really, like, I don't like that they...
It's just going to come to a head like it did back with the Patriot.
Well, to some degree,
I mean,
I'm
there's going to be a battle over who is going to be the Captain America.
This is what's going to happen. We're going to have...
that's all that's going to happen there. And then eventually Falcon is either going to get his own movie to shore him up for a while, or he's going to... he's going to go back to obscurity.
I think he's going to do something very un-Captain-like, which is going to have Mr. Rogers over here, just flip out and say that he's no longer worthy to carry the mantle.
But one of the reasons that this is a big deal is because, he's old man Cap right now. He's grandpa. And then something in this new big crossover thing that's going to happen is going to... Rejuvenate him, give him his youthful glow.
Some kind of a serum, maybe?
Most likely. I think it might be a serum fit for a super soldier.
Or maybe a radioactive element or something that reinvigorates the serum that's in his body.
If he got bit by a radioactive flag...
That
would be amazing.
There you go.
Would explain
everything, right?
So there's that. So, but overall, what do you guys... Because I'm not sure if I'm feeling the suit design.
Let me see the colored version again.
So,
and I don't mean that Sam.
Stop. But
no, I don't like the suit whatsoever. I like the shield.
I mean, the shield.
But
I feel
the
like
shield brings up questions too, though.
I feel like I'm all right with the shield. I feel like the costume.
Well, it
just looks like a motocross to me.
It does look like the motocross. They got
it does look like he's got pads. I
don't mind the pads.
It's shapeless.
I feel like the way that they found to incorporate the red and the white just feels like
Evel Knievel.
Well, not
motocross.
that. Well, a little bit, I guess, but it just feels like it's like afterthought more
it's
than
a one-piece suit.
Yeah, I mean, he is a superhero.
Like
you can like color it up a little more.
Yeah, but that's what's coming. So
but I've seen a lot of characters.
It's not bad. It's not a bad design.
If you look at the new Batgirl design, people love her costume because it's set kind of more in the real world.
Sure.
Is that the new monokini outfit for Batgirl?
No, that's what he's wearing, is what I feel. I feel like he's wearing a monokini. And Batgirl's is set with
I've never heard the phrase monokini.
Neither have I, but I get it. I get it. I know exactly where it's coming from.
That's that bikini that's like got the string that connects all the way down to the thing.
Okay.
Right?
It's like a shoelace with a
tiny basically
thing.
it's got
gotcha.
Right.
All right. I thought you were going more of a unitard.
Cap's definitely not wearing a monokini.
No, I thought you meant the unitard, but
anyway.
No.
But so there's that. There's that.
Like
Moving on. So, according to Bleeding Cool and other news sources, that DC, now that once they hit the issue 52 mark, they're just going to blow it all up again. That they're going to relaunch
the
new 52, which was always a suspicion that people were thinking, like, because they were relying so heavily on the use of the number 52, like in story stuff and like in episodes and issues, and everything kind of kept on coming back to the number 52.
The writers must have loved that. It was like, now not only do you have to write within this particular hero's story arc.
But you
his
better
history.
polish it up. Real
Now you have to mention number 52 every
Right.
show. Like, wait, you're paying me per. It's not
Right,
like I work for you. Damn it!
Damn it! Stop trying to shoot one of these stupid things in. But so a number of DC titles are going to become also go bi-weekly leading up to this relaunch, and those are going to be like some of the bigger titles, including Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Harley, and Suicide Squad. Oddly enough, all the ones that are movie stuff.
Of course. I don't know if you follow comic trends. I tend to. It seems, though, the big two are failing pretty bad right now in comic sales, where their redhead stepchild, the Image comic books, are taking over. It seems that people are having trouble keeping up with the constant inundation of new books, to the point where excellent books are not being picked up because people can't afford the ones that they have already.
Right.
And both of them are guilty of it.
Absolutely.
It sounds like people are just like, you know what? I'm tired of all the BS that's going on, and I just want good stories. And I'm gonna stay out of this mess until it's all sorted out. And I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to give these guys my money for a while.
That's exactly what's happening.
Because it's tried and it's true.
And what it is, too, is it's like, what it's coming down to is that these companies where it used to be like, oh, we'll do like the relaunches and the big things now and then. But now what they've learned is that if they just kind of reboot stuff every now and then and give it a new number one, and if they can find ways to do that across the company line, then great. Like, you know what I mean? Because it starts a new series.
It forces you. It makes it accessible again.
Makes this new jumping on points, and it gives people's attention up.
Yeah.
So I get it, but after a while, you're right. It goes back to what you said before, where it's like, it's just the new thing. So now we're tired of this now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the new thing that you're doing. Okay, you burned it out already.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, like this whole Civil War thing. This whole Civil War thing was just really to condense the universe, get rid of all the fodder. Secret Wars. I'm sorry.
Fair enough.
To get rid of all the fodder.
Right.
Because of so they had to do this, but now because they're doing it, and because there's all this fodder flying around, people are like, you know what? I've had enough.
Yeah. But see that they're there. They're shooting themselves in the foot because, as you said, Secret Wars is to get rid of the fodder.
Right.
So now they have. There's Marvel itself is releasing so many books that there are a number of sites that are pointing out excellent books that people do not even know, where they're trying to reinsert some of this fodder, and it's flying under the radar, and it's being written and drawn superbly. I mean, people love it. I mean, at least people that are in the industry love it and are saying it's an excellent book that nobody's touching, because they're already completely inundated with the Avengers and the Secret Avengers and the New Avengers. And
I was looking at it the other day, and I'm like, I'm not reading any X-Men books because I'm tired of that. That whole universe. I burned myself out on it. I dipped into some Avengers stuff for a while, leading up to Secret Wars with the Avengers. Time runs out, all this kind of stuff, because it was good stuff. I mean, Hickman was writing crazy shit. But if you need a tissue, go for it. Okay. But or if you need another brewski, I will. Okay.
Feel free, man.
But anyway, so these storylines were like really kind of cool, but now I'm not reading any of it. I didn't jump on for most of any of these new titles that they're launching that came out after Secret Wars that I thought I was going to. I actually strayed away from all of it. It's just like you said, it's just too much relaunching. It's too much of this, and if it's like also too, it's like, you know what? That's always going to be there. That's the thing too. It feels like, you know what? I can dip in and out of that, but these other things, like there's a fear of missing out kind of aspect.
Image Comics?
That's what I mean.
Absolutely.
With all these other companies, with Boom, I have more fun reading those other companies, Boom and Oni, and just about anybody outside those two.
Plus, as a collector, tell me you wouldn't have loved to have, say, own a Walking Dead #1.
Are you kidding me?
Or
at first I was like, I must have
a
that.
Saga #1.
You know what I mean? Either
Even
one of those.
Saga.
Either one of those.
These are comics that they don't know if it's going to work. I'm a huge Joe Harris fan.
Sure.
Harris, Great Pacific. He also does season 10. I think he's up to season 11 now. X-Files.
On the X-Files comic book.
And speaking in today's theme, he's got a book coming out. It graced the cover of last month's premieres.
Previews.
It's previews. It's Snowfall. And once again, this is something they don't know if it's going to work. Great Pacific, I was a huge fan of. That came and went. It's gone. It's over.
It is. He wrapped it up.
That's over. Snowfall itself might not work now.
Yeah.
But that's part of the excitement with Image Comics. It's like, this might not work. Maybe it'll be a low print run.
Yeah.
You know, maybe
it'll only be 6 issues and they'll never do another run. But it'll be
Yeah.
a self-contained thing for now.
Or maybe I pick it up next month and a year down the road it gets optioned for a movie and a show, and
Right.
I'm sitting on.
Well, what's
I
funny-
know this is the dastardly aspect of collecting,
Yes.
and I'm just going to openly admit it. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind owning a couple of copies of something that AMC
Absolutely.
is going to pick up again. You know, that's going to
Absolutely.
make me a little mint.
You kidding me? I was ready to buy a Preacher #1. You know, like obviously for a while, but suddenly it was like, I know I'm not going to find it, but for a decent price. But like now the show is coming. Why not? I was looking to invest in buying a Walking Dead #1, buy a nice one, graded, and just sit on it for another year, and then just sell it.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
absolutely,
And just
absolutely.
flip it. I mean,
I'm
there's
a
guys who do
Craigslist
that.
junkie. I still do it.
Yeah.
I come across some stuff here and there.
Sure.
I still expect to find a New Mutants 98, Batman Adventures 12,
Right,
a Preacher
right.
#1 even.
Sure.
These 90s books, yeah,
Some of them, you know what I mean?
absolutely.
They're all kind of coming into their own now.
I see it online all the time where someone walks into a yard sale or something, walks out having spent $4, and they've got a first appearance of Deadpool, Harlequin,
It's crazy.
Preacher.
It's crazy. So, also, at the last bit of this, and I bring it up, it's Dom put this into the notes. You might remember Dom. He's the regular on the show that's not here today. We miss you,
Who?
buddy.
What's his name?
See, you forget so fast.
Yeah, you know, that misspent youth of mine, you know?
Must be.
Yeah.
But writer Scott Snyder, is going to be leaving the Batman main book to go work on Detective Comics, the other Batman book that DC puts
Are
out.
they still doing that?
Yeah. Because Batman's going to be the main book, so the theory is they're thinking that, well, maybe they're doing that because Scott wants some more wiggle room, and they're going to tighten the reins kind of on the Batman main book.
I'm sorry, real quick.
Well, maybe they just think the other one needs a little bit more of a boost, too.
Most likely, yeah. Well, that's
Right.
the thing for sure, too.
The whole Detective Comics thing, this is just silly. Detective Comics was a book that week to week you didn't know what the story was going to be about. It might have been what introduced Batman. But
Right.
now, is there ever an issue with Detective Comics that isn't Batman?
No, absolutely. You're absolutely correct. Every issue is a Batman-related book,
Right.
story, run,
So, I
something.
mean,
So, why they're necessarily jumping him around, I'm not 100% sure, but that's what's going to be ending up happening moving forward. So, Dom's theory is that he thinks maybe Brian Azzarello is probably going to end up writing the main Batman book because he's like their other main top beloved writer over there.
How proud of Dom you must be.
That's my
How
buddy,
proud-
man.
I mean,
I found a piece of gold
a
in the
few
rough.
years ago, had he ever picked up a comic?
Not really. I mean, probably a little bit, but
And he's not even here, and he's the one who's telling us
he's-
his thoughts on who the new writer will be.
you know what I mean.
Who's
We're
going to
getting-
take over the helm?
You know,
of
we're
Detective
still
Comics?
his presence will be felt, my friend.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, the kid is part of the show.
Wow.
Also,
This kid knows his stuff.
he does know his stuff. That's what boggles me too. Is that he digs deep.
He's like, damn.
He's like, oh yeah, I
Yeah.
spent like 3 hours on the Wikipedia, comics Wikipedia, and this, that, the other thing. I'm like, oh my god, you just fall down the rabbit holes. He's like,
There's
yeah,
no new
sometimes.
writer announced yet, but he speculates that it's probably going to be Brian Azzarello.
He's probably right. Not for nothing.
Holy
He might
Yeah,
he
he's-
might have got a
he's had-
scoop, but he can't
he's-
say.
Yeah, he's had a few good predictions.
He has.
This is impressive.
I don't know how much this matters to you. It doesn't
Let's
really
not
matter.
pat his back too hard. He's going to listen to this later.
He's gonna be feeling all good until
So,
right now.
you know, he might. I don't want him coming in here with a swelled head.
No, I don't think he could. I don't know how
No,
much
you're
this
probably
matters.
right about that.
I don't know how much this matters to anybody else. It doesn't really matter much to me, but I know some people liked it a lot. Darkwing Duck is probably coming back as a comic book. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
You know what? It's
Okay,
going to matter
but why
to
is it even mentioned?
It's going to matter because there will be a limited sketch cover
Okay.
with him and Harley Quinn.
Right,
That is going
something
to be
like that.
hot and
Yeah, real popular.
There's going to be some watch. I put money down right now that there will be some Harley Quinn crossovers with it,
Right.
and it'll be a big
Signed lithographs.
I think it's. We'll see. We'll see.
I
Some
think
kind of.
a couple of months ago they
Coins
did a
from
they
the,
did a Scooby Doo, and Scooby Doo they had a couple covers they released with Deadpool, and
Oh no way.
people
Yeah.
were seeking that out. I mean,
Well, there you go. Okay, so in movies, speaking of Deadpool,
Mm.
nice
Deadpool
segue.
got blocked from release in China. Seems
Did you wonder why?
seems like the Chinese were like, nope, we don't
Alright,
want it.
All right, let's just go there.
Well,
What?
Why China?
Why China? Why?
China? Why?
Why?
Why China?
Are there Chinese
was
food
it?
jokes in the movie?
They
or-
cite
I
the
don't
violence.
understand.
They
It's
don't
not the
s-
violence.
You know?
It can't be the sex.
Well, yeah, because I can imagine there'd be not much of it. But
Are
you
they
know,
just not a Ryan Reynolds fan?
I think they just
Are they still holding a grudge about Green Lantern? Is that what it
they're
is?
still
It might
upset.
be.
I can understand that.
That's it. You hit it,
Yeah.
buddy. You hit
Even
it.
I
Ryan
think you hit
can
it.
understand that.
Yeah, even that's why he was like, that's all right, I understand. But also, Ryan Reynolds had a comment about, there were some people out there, real diehard fans, that want like a PG-13 cut of Deadpool. For some reason, I
You
can't...
know, that's an oxymoron right there.
Yeah, it's
Are
like
you
defeating the
really
point.
a diehard fan?
I think their thinking is that, he's not really a rated R character. That's like soiling it. Like, he's like a PG-13 kind of character, and wouldn't it be great if we could bring the kids to it? And
No,
this
Spider-Man's
kind of thing.
PG-13.
And so Ryan
Exactly.
Reynolds' quote is basically, if you
Bob
made
just hit it on the head.
there you go, and
Deadpool's the R version of Spider-Man.
there you go, the wisecracking,
Basically.
anti-hero, more
Right.
anti-hero
Kills
violence.
Yeah.
for money.
He's a mercenary.
Yeah.
He
It should
kills
really
for
vary.
money.
It should
He
really.
was
Yeah,
never
so it's a
good
little
guy.
Spider-Man, little Punisher.
There you go.
He's not a good guy.
So his quote was that
Little Cable.
on this whole thing is like, well, if we did a PG-13 edit, it would be a commercial. It would be 30 seconds, and
Which, I mean, the marketing team behind this movie
Yeah.
is brilliant.
all
Once
the
again,
stuff they're pulling
And
out.
Once
for this.
so there's a
again-
lot of F-bombs.
Right there. Right there.
PG-13, you only allowed like 3 or 4.
It
whole
would be a
movie.
trailer.
Right.
Okay, once again, I'm going to see it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too.
It'd be like when the Sopranos first came to AMC.
Yeah. Well,
There was like a Saturday Night Live skit
Yeah.
where they showed it. It was like 15 seconds long, and it was just like beep,
Beep,
beep, beep, beep, beep, beep,
Right.
beep, black,
Exactly.
beep, 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 black. The end.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, I don't know how real this is.
Whoa. I didn't see that microphone
Wow.
coming at me. Jesus Christ.
It actually rang.
Let's get that ringtone
Someone
on the
actually
air.
called you.
It was Ed. It's Ed.
It's Ed?
He was probably calling to see how the show went.
Did you read my email yet?
How did it go? How did the show go?
So I don't know how real it is. It looks like it could just be, once again, a product of the marketing team. But one of the many ads they put up was showcasing Deadpool movie as a romantic
Oh, yeah. I saw these,
comedy.
yeah.
I don't know, maybe a comedy. I don't know, but definitely a heartfelt movie.
No,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, because it's coming
playing
out
on the release date.
Yeah.
Valentine's weekend.
And it shows, I guess it's just screen grabs of a guy texting that particular banner that showcases the movie as a romantic movie, sending it to his girlfriend. I want to see this.
Right.
And then him reading off a couple of their cheesy little romantic taglines from the movie, and her
That's
going,
funny.
"Oh yeah, it's Valentine's Day. We'll
Right,
definitely
right.
go see it."
Right.
And it's
But
like,
they did put out a couple, I think, of real billboards with that it was just like
the emoji one.
Yeah, well that one was funny where it was a skull, a pile of poop,
A
and
poo,
an L.
a poo and an L.
So it was Deadpool L. Deadpool.
Come on, that's good
Genius.
stuff. It's
Yes,
so
genius.
So
That was a
low
High
class.
that was a highway
High class
that
all
was
the
a
way.
highway billboard somewhere. I saw the
Yeah.
picture. But the other one's right where they played up like a romantic comedy, and it's just it's like the two of them. It's just it's a picture of him when he looks normal, out of costume with his girl
laying in the
from
bed.
the movie, and they're just like they're like
could
some
be-
random things with some hearts. You know what
Yeah,
I
they
mean?
could
It's
be-
like
Right, right.
Deadpool, a love story.
They could be on a meadow staring at each other, whatever
Exactly.
it may be.
It was all that kind of stuff.
A love.
Soft background.
Right. But that's totally in line with the stuff that the comic does.
Absolutely.
Oh,
That's-
absolutely.
So it's perfect.
It's perfect.
Yes.
Like
Perfect.
if you're in on it, like you know what I mean, like you're howling when you see that. out
Which
of
is
nowhere.
why,
Right.
once again, for someone to say,
Right.
I'm
I mean,
a diehard fan,
80%
I
of
would like
the-
a PG-13 version.
Yeah, 80% of the movie movie viewing public is going to be looking at those and go, "What the hell's going on here?"
Yeah, right. Why would
But
It's kind of odd
Yeah.
that a romantic comedy would be called Deadpool,
Yeah,
but
really.
okay, maybe they both have cancer or something.
But,
no, just one of them. All right. On to a little bit of some TV stuff real quick. Netflix commented on the rumored Punisher spinoff, basically just to say that, like, yeah, we're down for any kind of spinoff, but they didn't confirm or deny as of that time, I believe, that I
right.
pulled
They're
that
just basically
article.
saying, "Duh, yeah, we'd love to have it."
Yeah, and we'd love to have anything
Well,
out of
I
that.
mean,
Yeah.
when people are going back and forth on this, I think the biggest thing we can get from this is that Bernthal?
Bernthal? I say Bernthal. I'm not sure if that's right either. But
Bernthal's Punisher is that good.
yeah, must
It's
be.
that good. I mean, we all know how great the Daredevil season 1 was. And apparently his Punisher on season 2 is that strong.
And you were saying that
he's also being rumored to get his own show from this unseen, unreleased character.
And you were saying earlier that you actually were rewatching recently some early Walking Dead stuff, and you were like, "Oh my god, I can't believe how much this guy is perfect."
WPN, PXN, whatever.
The
Channel 9,
the syndicated Walking Dead
Channel 9
episodes.
will plays a lot of the original Walking Deads, and I catch myself looking at this Shane and beyond the initial, wow, what a douchebag.
Right. But now you're sizing them up for Frank Castle,
and you're like, this is a good fit.
Yeah, this is going to work.
This could definitely work.
Very good. That gives me good hopes. Good hopes.
Absolutely.
Not that I didn't have them, but FX gave us some updates on why the Last Man TV series. If you're not familiar with the comic book for that, you should go pick it up. It's really good. And basically, the hook on that is that
FX.
FX is an FX.
It's a good channel.
Good channel. We mentioned them
do
before.
good shows.
I don't know if anybody heard us mention this earlier, but we like them.
Strong.
So with this, it's why the Last Man is about the last man on Earth, but all the women are still alive.
York.
And it's one of these things where it's like, yeah, you might think that it means it's going to be like some raunchy, penis, vagina, cockfest, jokey joke thing, but it's actually played straight, and it's played on a serious level of like, okay,
it's
if all the men
guy
in the world,
and his pet monkey ampersand.
The last two males, the last two male chromosomes
ampersand
left.
is also a male.
His pet spider monkey, but
they played straight. It's a serious.
Yeah, I mean, there's moments of levity and stuff. Like he's not 100% of a serious guy.
I'm being sarcastic. It is excellent. It is an excellent book.
You've read it, right?
It is spectacular.
You didn't read it all the way through, did you?
No, I never finished it.
I never finished it either.
I never finished it. It's really
I was buying
good.
it in hardcover, and they were only coming out intermittently, and I lost track of the release.
I bought the compendium, and there was 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
The store had 1, and then I couldn't find it. I bought the second one.
That's okay, buddy. Your geekness is not on trial.
Oh, it's a shame.
But point being that, anyway, so he was, they were just kind of, someone must have asked them at these recent television critics
you just
announcements.
hit me on the head. I didn't know that it was confirmed that FX was giving us a watch.
Yeah, and they actually said it, who was it, Brian Wood? No.
C. Vaughn.
Vaughn.
K. Vaughn?
Brian K. Vaughn. They're like, it's all in Brian's control. So Brian's just he's got some options on the table of a producer to pick. So they don't have any hard, like, here's a date or anything like that. So
these are good problems to have.
These are very good problems to have. That he's taking his time to kind of assemble his team.
Given the
it's been there for a little bit. It has been there for a little bit. Usually projects move a little faster lately, but this is gestating a little bit. So I take that as a good sign.
Well, this is the era to be a comic book fan, a comic book geek.
Yeah, you ain't kidding.
They are just
yeah.
Just as long as it doesn't gestate to the point where it loses its heat, its moment.
Fair enough. That too.
Well, the book is old enough at this point.
Well, the book is old enough. Much
I don't know
like
how much
Preacher,
buzz is still surrounding her.
Much like Preacher, I feel like it's a book that will have to be tweaked a little bit to catch it up to modern day.
Yes.
Like if it happens, I mean, it was written in I think the 90s, right, or early 2000s. I want to say
was the 90s.
Preacher was definitely the 90s. Anyway,
what's the other one coming out right now for Cinemax?
That's Outcast. Robert Kirkman.
I mean, that's one that I'm like that comic has already lost its heat.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know about sales or anything like that, but I've been reading it, actually. I've been keeping up with it.
You're still up to date on it?
Yeah, I'm up to date on that.
How is it?
I like it. I like it. I think it's a slower burn, much like Walking Dead basically is a slower burn, but Walking Dead has all these different characters that you follow, so you're always getting touch and base with somebody. Mm-hmm. And then with this, it's these two guys, you know what I mean, kind of following in a small town where, like, exorcisms seem to be kind of like becoming a thing, where they happened once or twice a long time ago. So now it's like, whoa, what's going on? But really dark, trying to keep it dark. I can see it as a show, how it's going to kind of feel. And I'm interested to really see what they do. Because the show, I've read some stuff from Kirkman about how it's going to be a little bit more filling out the town a little bit more. You know, you have a little bit more wiggle room. You have time to fill.
Insert more characters, perhaps?
Well, it's that stuff, stuff that, like, these other people that he wants to introduce us to, but it's like, it's a comic book, 20 pages a month. Like, how much time do you have?
And I know you have an outline here, but can you give me any confirmation? Mm-hmm. Is there a Southern Bastards in development anywhere?
I think that's at FX also.
Yeah.
But it's definitely in development.
That's another strong candidate. Right?
Yeah, that's another big one. That's another big favorite here at the table, here at the Wicked Theory podcast. Over there, take your headphones off. But that's another big favorite, and really can't wait to get some more info on that one. So that's pretty much where that's going. Do you watch Gotham at all? You do.
Oh yeah.
And what do you think about that? Is that like a legit? Oh yeah. Or
You know
is
what?
that-
I like it.
Okay.
You
All
know
right.
what?
It's gotten better though, right? I
It's
mean, that's
gotten
what you
better.
gotta agree. I mean, it's not. It wasn't always.
It's obviously not like completely following canon. I think
No.
obviously not. Which is what people need to take into account.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are two different channels. Channel 11. Look how lighthearted.
There's
they're
definitely
going.
you gotta let go.
Yes, you really do.
You know, and even I was struggling with that, I think, where it was just like, but this is, and I kept on just saying to myself, well, this is just so not what happens. This is just so not the way it should go.
If you stop and break down age-wise,
You know,
this is not going to happen.
Right, you're trying to do all this mental projection of like the timelines, and well, this isn't going to jive. And it's like, well,
I know.
fuck. And
How
now
is
it's
he
like,
going to be an adult superhero fighting against all of his childhood pals?
yeah, you know what I mean? Or all of these people who will be like old by the time he hits like that
You'll
age.
know everyone personally.
Like when he's like 40, all these guys are going to be like 80. Like, you know what I mean? But so you do all this kind of mental jumping around, and then so now it's like
you gotta just
experiment factor. Now it's a little bit of this lean back and just let's see what this becomes. And I think once you kind of let go of that a little bit, and at the same time, like for me anyway, like this season got a little, it settled into its groove a little bit better.
No, I agree completely. I actually missed the last like 2 episodes, I think, where they started getting us towards the Azrael stuff that's
Right.
obviously coming. This
Sure.
whole secret society, this brotherhood of this religious overtones.
Right.
I missed that. I'm not. I have no fears of spoilers. Even if I haven't catched
Fair
an episode
enough. I mean,
that I intend on watching, I will read a recap of the episode. It doesn't phase me either way.
Sure.
So I know what I've missed.
You should be listening to the Gotham Lights podcast. That's a podcast out there. It's a friend of the show.
Yes.
A couple friends of the show. That'll always. And you can listen to me on an episode of that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He's been,
I'm really not a fan of the podcast.
special guest.
It's all right. It's all right. Don't say that on a podcast, though. Rule number 1 on podcast: don't say you're not a fan. You don't have to say that you are, but just don't say that you're not a fan in general.
Is that
Don't-
what we're
The
doing
first
here?
rule of podcast is we don't talk about podcasts.
Nah, I just tape this, and then like when we're done, I just throw it out.
He just fucking plugged the podcast, dude.
Am I
It's a
missing
good
something?
podcast.
All right.
Well,
So
I thought the first one.
anyway, the reason I brought up Gotham was just that there was a little bit of news because supposedly the network is totally open to spin-offs from that, and I can't imagine.
Who's getting a spinoff?
Well, nobody, but like I think it's just a thing that
The
came up.
Penguin?
Yeah, like who,
Fish Mooney. Like,
like who else? Like who would you
I think
give
this
it
is.
to?
I think this is where Marvel sends a little letter to DC and saying, "Be careful what you do with Fox."
Fair enough.
can
fair
we
enough.
just say that fucking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is awesome, and I can't wait till it gets back.
You can say that you like it. If you say that it's awesome, I will fight you. Like not verbally, but physically. I will. We will go out in the snow and wrestle.
All right, maybe it's not
Snowmageddon
awesome. You know what?
2016 is in the
All right,
parking
here
lot.
It is. I know that Marvel's stepping away from the mutants, and you're right. It's not awesome.
Well, I'm just saying in general for what the show is. It's very family.
I know what's coming with them pushing forward with the All Inhumans thing.
Sure.
And I love that we're getting it. I mean, what's the eventual release date on this Inhumans movie?
Oh,
It's
the
in the
11th
back of the bus.
The 11th of February.
Yes,
That's-
exactly.
that's-
So the fact that the show that's on now has
Yeah.
gone forward and put them in such a forefront.
Yeah, well, you know.
By the time we get this movie, like...
Oh, sure. Don't get me wrong. I like the seeds laying, and the show has greatly improved. But I feel like it's still kind of very plastic, and it's not even a Marvel comic I would read. Like, let's put it that way. Like, you know what I mean?
All right.
So, like,
Fair enough.
Fair enough. You know what I mean? And like now they're making a comic of it, and guess what? Still not going to read it. The further adventures of who?
Have bought an issue or two.
That's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to judge you.
I may
I'll just call you names.
He won't judge you, but I will.
Baby, that's what Bobby's for. Bobby's the
Judgment
judge.
free.
Judge Bob.
Just call me Dread.
I really blew out the microphone on that one. Sorry, folks. So, also, too, did you happen to see these? This is like the last thing in the news section, really. But, well, actually, got a little bit more news. But these little Game of Thrones teasers. Did you see these? These little brief, just voiceover
it's
stuff.
A banner with someone talking. I don't understand. Like, you know what? I guess people are just so rabid for anything from Westeros. That
Please, any packages from
anything.
Westeros.
You show me a banner with some audio I probably heard already.
Yeah.
Then it's like,
I
that's
love
great.
that. Is this a
Now
new
let's
thing?
dissect this shit.
Yes. Is this from season 1? No, it's from season 3. Oh.
Because I think, what was it? The Lannister one. It's obviously the High Sparrow speaking.
Yes, the High Sparrow.
And it was like, maybe it's something we heard already. Maybe it isn't.
Yeah, I can't even tell anymore.
But I don't think it mattered.
yeah.
It wasn't saying anything important enough.
They were good looking.
Yeah.
They were good looking banners.
No, it's new stuff because
Yes. I know exactly
with
what
the
you're saying.
dragons, we got the Dothraki
Right.
tearing her apart.
Yes. There was a direct mention.
You know, it's just
of her.
whatever. It's anything Westeros. Give me more.
But it looked cool, though, right?
Give me more.
Give me more.
I'll
more.
have another helping, please.
I'll have some.
Is Jon Snow alive?
Let's find out. It'd be nice to know.
That's
all right,
that's
so
all I wanna know.
in the last bit of the news, we have something we call the Reboot Report because sometimes there's just so much reboot news, we can make a separate section out of it. So we call it the Reboot Report. We don't necessarily have a jingle.
I've got a shenanigans.
But Bob
I
has
call it
something. One note. Perfect. Reboot Report.
Ooh, there was a cartoon in the early 2000s by the name of Reboot.
Reboot? I remember that.
I would have taken the theme song to that played on guitar.
Oh, well, that's what
That would have been acceptable.
If you had a podcast, that's what you would have done.
If I had a podcast.
If you had a podcast.
If I had a podcast.
A stupid little podcast.
Is that some David Bowie?
What is that? Is that Fiddler on the Roof?
You mean Deadvid Bowie? Deadvid Bowie?
Oh, boy.
That was rough.
Yeah,
Speaking of.
Yes. Speaking of David
Deadvid
Bowie. So, and the reboots. It's all coming together right now. There's talk of making a reboot of Labyrinth. There was already talk before he passed away.
And I told Brother Bill that I had seen that probably the day before they announced his death.
Right.
Which is what brought me back a second when they revealed his death.
So let me
when they
ask
announced
you,
his death.
So let me ask you this, because although I mentioned her podcast, Gotham Lights, now I'll mention Stephanie. She actually made a good point on Twitter that it's like one of these things where, like, you know, the day before, I probably would have been like, yeah, I don't have a problem with that. But now, the day after,
no.
Like, I don't.
Now
I don't want it. Like, you know, now I'm not cool. Like, you know,
like, how far ahead was this announced?
Well, there was always like some buzz kind of thing going on. I think it changed hands in the last year or two. Like who it was like, because it's still the Hensons still have control of it as a concept, but I think whoever they're working with to bring it to life, that kind of a thing. I think a deal might have changed. But point being that it's still on the table.
No, I know. And like I said, strangely enough, it was the day before he died that it hit my radar.
Right. And
I don't know if there was a major announcement that was made, or maybe maybe my radar is just really bad at picking things up.
Or maybe you got like
maybe
really,
I'm still using sonar.
That's what it is. You're behind on your technologies.
Exactly. But
so,
no, she makes a very good point, and it's like now it seems like it's almost in poor taste.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like no.
Yeah, it just doesn't. Now it's like it doesn't feel right at all. There's talk of bringing a Nancy Drew TV series. They got a order for a pilot episode.
That's what I was going to call shenanigans on. Does this really fall into the reboot category?
Yeah, I don't think.
All right, that's fair enough. It's always open for discussion. Not really a reboot, right? Because she never really kind of had.
Well, there was a TV show. If you go back far enough, I mean, we're talking about in the 70s.
Yeah. But it's not that far then,
Was
considering some
well,
other
30-something
reboots.
years.
No, granted,
then I'm wrong. Then it is a reboot.
Technically, I mean, granted, I think what we're talking is that it hasn't been alive since then in any capacity. Like, it's not like a thing that keeps on coming back, like some other reboots, maybe.
No, see, I didn't even know. I didn't even know it was a show at any point.
Yeah, I think what happened.
There was around at the same time when I was little. There was the Hardy Boys, Nancy Drew
Mysteries, right?
Mysteries,
right?
And it was the one TV show. 1 week he'd get one, and then the other week next week he'd get another, more or less.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I knew of the show. I never watched it, but I knew of it.
Remember they had the Choose Your Own Adventure Hardy Boys?
Remember when we used to read?
Yeah, those were those books. You know, go to page 32 if you want this to happen. Go to page.
If the Hardy Boys find the key that unlocks the pirate ship.
Remember when you had stuff before the internet, and you used to
Wizard
have
Magazine.
options.
Wizard Magazine.
I remember having to get up to change the channel on the TV.
The show is over, folks.
And having to use pliers to do it.
Chad spilled the beer, folks.
Did you really have to tell them?
Of course I had to tell them. This is live, bro. They heard that badonk-a-donk. No.
If this was Speed, the bus just blew up.
There you go. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with that sentence. If this was Speed, I'd be fucked up.
If this was Speed, we'd all be as fidgety as Chad.
Hey, hello, hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hello, hello, hello.
Not cool, man.
Not cool, man. Not cool. Not cool on any kind of level. And last thing, your dude, Mick G. Mickey G. Mick G. He's a director.
Why is he my dude?
I don't know. Because you went to school with him.
Uh-huh.
And you guys were kissing. I saw you guys kissing behind the bleachers. Shut up, man. You said you weren't going to tell anybody. But anyway, so now he's the guy who's they're talking about doing a new version of Masters of the Universe. But don't get it confused, kids. It's a He-Man thing.
Is this a movie?
Yes. So that there's...
Haven't we learned anything from Dolph?
Why?
Yeah, there's a lot to be learned from that Dolph movie. Actually, if you go online and watch, there's a documentary about
I've
it.
seen it.
Yeah,
It's
it's actually pretty interesting.
By the power of Grayskull.
It's what happened with the budget.
I'm not sure which
That was
He-Man.
that
Was your Dolph? Was that your Dolph Lundgren He-Man?
That was the original show, the cartoon.
There you go. That was Adam.
Prince Adam.
Prince Adam from the original.
Fair enough. Very good.
By the power of Grayskull.
Acceptable.
I think that it was the outfit that fooled people the
God,
most.
it was so terrible.
You mean the purple
hot
shirt?
pants?
Pink shirt, purple pants.
Oh, that's right.
Bowl
That's right.
haircut.
He had the Hulk's pants. That's right.
It's that little Dutch boy haircut dude. That
But he didn't change the haircut
Yeah.
when he changed over. He should have changed the haircut.
And he did look like the Dutch boy from the paint can.
Oh, totally. Totally. He just all grew up. Like, he was tired of getting picked on. He started working out.
So we could totally see the level of creativity that went into creating him.
There you go. So I did a poll to wrap up that little thing. I did a poll online about those particular reboots.
He loves the pole.
I love polls. Multiple polls. Easy, boys.
Polls.
So on that one, I asked people, like, which one should not be made? If you had to pick from those three, the Labyrinth, Nancy Drew, or He-Man. And the results are that 67% of the people said Labyrinth.
Really?
Should not. And so 25% for Drew and then 8% for He-Man. So that's,
I would have
that's
said
the majority.
He-Man.
That's the majority for people because I think it's fresh blood.
I would
you know what I
say
mean?
He-Man.
Don't make Labyrinth.
So He-Man's the one they want most.
If you flip that around. I think if I asked that question, which one would you want most out of these three, we'd probably get...
One person on answering the poll at all.
See, I think that
You know what?
Labyrinth...
That might work inversely, right? It might still
I
hold
feel
up.
like that Labyrinth, regardless of fresh blood, probably has the strongest chance of still being a
You know what I
doable
might
show
do? I might
that
post
could
this
do
again.
something.
I might post this again and then just reword it and see what kind of results we
Yeah,
get.
because I
next week.
find like
Just do the
He-Man
opposite.
Yeah, that'd be
See what
interesting.
happens.
You know what I mean? Obviously, it won't be the same
Keep
people.
the results of this one handy so
Sure.
that you can do that, and we'll do a comparison.
Sounds good. And
Do it
also,
on the next episode.
Because He-Man seems the most toxic on the list.
yeah. And then to kind of wrap it up, because we really didn't get into it too much with you, I did a poll online.
He loves the ball.
Again, polls, multiple. I did a poll about who do we think Rey from Star Wars The Force Awakens is. Now, you saw this movie, correct, Chad? I would presume that a guy with a Boba Fett tattoo...
I may have seen it.
Now, can we actually count the pop culture references on your body?
It's mostly a pop culture reference.
Yeah.
All of them?
This goes straight to your geek cred.
Okay.
Well,
So to prove your geek cred to the listeners.
right, what do we got? Gambit?
I see a Transformer.
Gambit, Boba Fett, both the Autobots and the Decepticons.
Symbols.
I have a zombie. And that's it.
Otherwise, it's other random kind
No
of
Superman,
other stuff that,
Captain America,
No,
Batman.
just Gambit and Rogue, actually. I forgot about Rogue.
Yeah, well, Rogue's the newest one, too.
Yeah.
Have I seen Rogue?
Interesting
No,
how
they
you
came
remembered
together.
Gambit. You remembered the guy, but not
I
the
did see
girl.
your Rogue tattoo, actually.
Yeah. That's not new either.
How do you feel about the Gambit movie?
I actually, you know what? It was once Channing Tatum came out on stage at that big group photo they put together.
With his haircut?
With the haircut, I was like, all right, maybe.
Yeah, all right.
Maybe I could see this.
I won't pick on you too much about that.
Well, tell us how you really feel.
Well, regular listeners know I am against it like Nazi fucking Germany. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
This is not a Fox property, right?
It is.
It is. It is.
Oh, okay. Never
It is.
mind. Then just don't go
Yeah.
see it.
I mean, we're going to get lucky with Daredevil. I feel like the Gambit thing is probably getting a little rushed.
I think we
Deadpool,
should just
rather.
I don't even
boycott
think Gambit's in production yet.
movies, superhero movies made by Fox.
I mean, it's not.
I agree with you completely.
Just
Yeah.
we got to
and I'm a
send a
X-Men
message.
fanatic.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Send a message that we're not going to put up with them making crap.
Right.
But B, we're not going
Right.
to put up with them destroying these
Properties.
properties.
Absolutely.
You
Absolutely.
know, do the world a favor.
Look at
and
Fantastic
give
Four.
them up.
Look
Right.
at Fantastic Four,
Yeah.
and now they're not going forward with that anymore.
Yeah, I
Marvel
think-
has completely
So
stopped.
they've decided to not use the Fantastic Four anymore.
Who's
they're
that,
not
Marvel?
going- Fox,
Fox.
as well.
Oh, Fox. Well, Fox
not
is just
moving
kind of
forward.
putting it on a shelf. Yeah, for now, that's for sure.
Well, that's a good thing because if they put it on the shelf long enough and forget, then it'll
Yeah.
revert back to Marvel.
yeah, they won't forget. They'll make a
No,
deal.
they'll do
make
something.
They'll do something to keep it alive.
They'll
Or
make a Galactus movie.
at the very least, they'll make some kind of deal with Marvel to kind of do a Sony thing or something else. They'll try and work something out eventually because
Well, we still
they
have
have
to see what
yet
happens.
they have yet to make one that works.
No,
you know what I mean.
Well, you know what's going to happen is we'll see what happens with Spider-Man's presence in Civil War. We'll see what that transforms to. What Sony gets on the back end of that.
How that looks, what that
Yeah.
shows to Fox.
And that'll
as a
show
business.
Fox exactly what they could possibly
Yeah.
get from handing over. Some
Right,
of the
once they
control.
kind of see some results, see somebody else do it, and Fox already made that deal that got Marvel Daredevil back. Like, you know what I mean? So there is some play there at Fox. I think what it was for them, that deal was that them saying, okay, we won't, give you such a hard time with the X-Men stuff. Give us Daredevil back. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Or maybe they signed an extension for Fantastic Four, but they got Daredevil back. Some kind of deal was made that got them Daredevil
Right.
back early. You know what I mean? And that's why Daredevil immediately within the next year popped up on Netflix.
And they went into production so quickly, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which, once again, let's just talk about it. Excellent show.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yes.
Jessica
Can't wait for
Jones?
season 2.
Jessica Jones was just terrific.
Just amazing.
That was just
amazing.
Yeah.
Really
absolutely
good. Really
terrific.
good.
It makes me want to go back, not only and read the Alias books, but maybe just take a peek
You have a
at,
library.
Yeah.
You have a library
take
available
a
to you
peek at,
Whoa.
right there.
Whoa, your library, maybe.
I kind of want to take a peek at the Jennifer Gardner Alias stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a whole different animal.
No, I know, but it was supposed to be
But-
loosely based.
No. The Jennifer Garner thing is a J.J. Abrams project. It's a totally different thing.
It has nothing
Yeah.
to do with Alias.
Absolutely different thing. The reason that...
Well, because Alias was the name of the detective agency.
Right, yeah. And they named the comic book at the time Alias.
It had nothing. And so there's
There's
nothing,
no connection, and actually that's why they move away from it. That's why it's actually called Jessica
We
Jones.
can edit this out in post.
No, yeah, that's fine. But that's why it's actually called Jessica Jones on Netflix and not Alias. Alias is...
Well, that's what I figured. I figured that it was supposed to remove any confusion.
And
but
even-
I really did think there was something more to it. There.
And even the trade paperback editions that are coming out now are Jessica Jones, Alias. So it's like... They knew at the time that when that happened, it was going to be a problem because the show was on at the time the comic book was coming out, and it was an issue then, kind of like a thing. You know what I mean? But Jessica Garner's show is all straight up spy stuff, and really smart,
that's what I
and
thought it
really
was.
and really smart spy stuff at that.
Right.
I guess you were a fan.
I was,
Yeah,
and then
alright.
and this comic obviously is a whole different thing. It's detective stuff.
Well, no, I'm much more familiar with the comic book stuff for Jessica Jones.
Right.
So I know how much darker that stuff is.
Yeah, and you know what's
The
funny
show
too?
was amazing.
Going back to it real quick to wrap it maybe a little bit, but I don't know. Been rewatching Daredevil a little bit at work because Brian's been watching it, and kind of realizing how good that was
On the rewatch, you mean?
on the rewatch,
All right,
and
all right.
readjusting how the comparison of Daredevil to Jessica Jones and how Jessica Jones felt like maybe it's a little better. Yeah, I think it might have just been the freshness of it tainting my opinion or tainting what the truth of it is really, and Daredevil is just it's grittier than Jessica Jones. As gritty as Jessica Jones and as serious as toned as Jessica Jones is, Daredevil's a grittier show, and it sells that better.
All right,
than,
very good. My wife has not finished Daredevil,
Okay.
and I think I've already mentioned it a couple times that I thought I'd be willing to watch it again. So,
yeah. Well, as
in
always,
between Homeland,
There's definitely
I'd like to pick that up again.
Sure.
There's definitely at least a few episodes that are worth watching again. There's that one fight scene that I can never forget. It's freaking awesome.
The one where he's in the hallway panting.
Yes,
and
see,
he
I
has to
don't even have to
recap it.
mention it.
I know exactly. It's my old boy scene.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's the
Right.
thing too. I wanted more of that kind of stuff
Yes.
though throughout
Yeah.
the series. It wasn't, but
No, but
still
Yeah.
really good.
Maybe they'll
That
get
was
into
such
that
a
though
good
because
scene. Oh.
by now they've seen how much people are talking about that fight scene.
Sure. I can see
That was very old boy Hammer.
'Cause that is the thing that about these series too, is that they're done when they come out. It's not like a regular TV series where like 5 episodes air. We're still in production. We can course correct these things. It's like, okay, they're done. They're in the can.
We already told our story for the season.
Yeah, so that we got to do course correction in season 2. Anyway, but what got us here somehow was I brought up Star Wars and tattoos.
Tattoos.
I don't want to let us.
I don't even know how. All right.
But so you saw it, right? I mean, you saw it. Let's not get too crazy.
Right,
I mean, we're at the end here.
So
but
what we were at was the part that Billy loves the pole.
Yes. What comes up most is that I love the pole. So I asked people who they think Ray is sired or a child of.
All right. It seems. I mean, there's some obvious stuff there. I mean, I could go the obvious route and think that it's Luke Skywalker's child. I don't think that's the case. All right, I mean, it's so possible. I'm trying to steer clear of that. I figure there would be more realization on Leia's eyes upon seeing this child that she would consider her niece.
Okay, how many times have you seen the movie?
I've seen it 2 or 3 times. I don't know. I own an immaculate copy of it. Arr!
Arr! Have you a pirate me?
Nah, I don't give a fuck.
No one's listening to this. It's all right. Don't worry.
I'll watch
Only
it
my
1,000 times. But no, I think it's very possible that she was a student at the Jedi Academy when Kylo Ben threw his little fit. And
you think
maybe,
that she's got some brainwashing thing going on?
No, I think that maybe she was such a promising student or so beloved. Maybe she was adopted by Luke. You know, maybe for whatever reason that she was able to be saved from the Jedi Academy. I think would explain why she has visions when she touches the lightsaber, that she was actually there.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Do you think that she's...
Do I think she's Luke Skywalker's daughter?
Bloodline. What bloodline?
I think it's fucking most likely.
Okay.
Most likely. They've said from the get-go that this is the story of the Skywalkers.
No, yeah, and I kind of feel that way, too.
I feel like it's the case. It's just one of those situations where it's like, really? Are we just going to keep circling the same fucking...
The options I put out were Skywalker, a Solo, or a Kenobi.
A Kenobi. I've also read up on the Kenobi stuff.
What about Boba Fett?
Well, that was a thing I kind of was thinking, too.
Never liked Jango.
Jango!
No, but Boba dies in what, the first movie?
Yeah, but they're all the same guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right. But so they could just be. He was a rogue back then.
Well, we could
could be
if she was the offspring of a clone.
Kid. Wouldn't it be nice though after Disney screwed his whole history up in this movie to kind of like
throw something
to the fans?
Well,
you
wasn't
know?
that supposed to be our
it's
Captain
Boba
Phasma?
Fett's daughter. Oh my God!
What was that?
Wasn't that supposed to be our Captain Phasma? Wasn't that supposed to be our saving grace? I think we all kind of felt that.
And everybody fell in love with the fucking...
The idea, the pre...
Yeah.
Watching the movie. That this
but it did turn out to be... Our Captain Phasma did turn out to be the Boba Fett, where it's like...
it's disappointing.
Disappointing and like almost like the reverse of it, because nowadays that doesn't... like that. If it doesn't track, it won't get any traction. Exactly. Like Boba Fett... Like exactly how that happened would not track today.
No,
people would be like, all right, that guy's dead.
Okay,
what was so cool about him? Yeah, he's got a green suit on.
It was before me, you know what I mean? So I don't understand that. By the time I became of age, he'd already gained his following.
Right.
So
it's kind of like it's kind of inherited sometimes.
So you know,
but hugs and kisses.
Everybody thinks. Everyone was on board with Phasma, and now upon watching it, it was like I don't see. Now they've already stated that she will be back.
A lot of people are disappointed.
She gave up those fucking codes.
She gave up those codes so easily.
For all this diehard zealot, following this First Order, she was just like, oh, I don't want to get hurt.
I feel like she fell
into the codes
into
that destroyed the fucking.
She gave up the kitty
weapon, man.
Yeah, she gave it all away. I feel like she. In one aspect, she fell into the same trap that Darth Maul did, where it was like this really cool design that ultimately didn't get us really anywhere. Like with Darth Maul, it's like one of these characters that's so coolly designed. Like that guy should have been around for 2 more movies.
Absolutely.
Just on his face alone.
Yes. No.
Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like, and for her, it's like this character looks so cool and badass. It's like...
Toad's got a wicked
like
tongue.
you kind of sold us something else, a bad bag of goods.
Well, they've already said that she's going to be around for more.
Yeah.
So it's like in the next movie. I don't like.
Yeah.
You're going to have a hard time convincing me that she's fucking badass because I still remember.
Yeah,
right. She's gonna what? She's gonna have to be like extra mean to people.
Yeah,
because she goes home at night, takes off her fucking helmet, and is like, oh, I still can't believe I give those fucking helmets.
I can't believe I give those fucking helmets. I did
how
it.
Expensive that fucking MacGuffin was.
You know what I mean? Oh,
thank God they expensive MacGuffin.
Thank God they only conked me on the head so I can be in the next movie. But yeah, so I just figured I'd bring that up because you are a Star Wars guy, as I can tell from the tattoo.
It's one of those things I'm
and
stepping back
the shirt.
from. I'm stepping back from it. Like
Okay.
I'm not gonna beat myself in the head, fucking wondering what the lineage is
And all these
I'm gonna wait and
things.
fucking find out.
Okay, because I'm sure you've dissected and you saw
Absolutely.
all the dissection.
I've read every one of them, and I'll read one tonight.
Right. But you liked it though.
Oh, absolutely. It was a
Because that's the
blast.
thing that seems to be the thing. That no matter how much you criticize that movie or how much you want to dissect it, and even if you kind of feel like it's so many problems, like you watch it and you still get sucked in.
I didn't have that many problems with it.
It's a good
I'm one of
story.
those guys. I didn't have that many problems. It was
I'm
fucking
glad.
fun. I was too young to have watched the original trilogy in the movie theaters.
Mm-hmm.
I did get to watch the second trilogy. Never once did I leave that theater feeling like I'd watched a Star Wars movie.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, right. No, exactly.
This one, I left the fucking theater saying that was a Star Wars movie. Like,
I felt like I watched 5.
That was a Star Wars
At least 3.
Absolutely, because there was never any breathing room.
That's
Which,
it.
any problems I
And
might
the
have
story
with the
elements
movie...
were stolen from the first 3 movies.
Exactly, absolutely,
Right.
yes.
But also, too, the pace is so...
It's the pacing.
So
Any
fast.
problems I have with that movie probably are due to pacing.
Yeah, right. Well, that's the thing, too. I feel like
that's-
nothing really
like you said,
breathes.
when you left
Yeah,
there...
there's
you
no room
left-
to explain anything.
Exactly. So when you left it almost did feel like you watched 5 movies.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have time. You don't have time to like do anything but knock her over the head and force her to give you the codes.
Exactly.
Because
Right,
there's no time. There's not even time for an sentence of explanation.
No, we cannot build her
setting
character
up,
on another iota.
So,
It was a good movie.
it was a good movie, and I think this might have been a good episode
I don't know.
of the Wicked Theory podcast.
Let's see what the other people think.
So what you're saying is we don't need Dom or Red anymore.
Well,
We got Chad instead.
That's
whoa,
Whoa.
what are you writing, rhymes? You do it all the time?
holy shit.
It's a musical thing, you know.
That rhymed, too.
It did.
I didn't even know it.
You see, but he's the musical director of the show, so that's
Yes.
his thing.
Is that
Even
what-
when he's not trying,
Are
he
those-
can't contain it.
Is that why he was at Staples making those cards? Is that what that says?
Yeah. He's trying to find new
Yeah.
work.
There wasn't just cards. It was a giant banner.
There's a giant banner.
Musical director.
Musical director for hire.
I'm renting a Skywriter as soon as the weather gets better.
Is that what that big desk outside is for? I'm not helping you move that.
No, that's going to go on wheels, and I'm going to drive it down the road with the banner flying behind me. In the recliner.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
But first I got to put turn signals
You
on.
gotta buy someone's Grammys. And stick
All right,
them
I'm
on
done.
the desk.
I'm done.
No
I'm
more-
sorry, I left. I was doing my
That's-
taxes. What happened?
Oh, I thought you were done with the show.
No, we are done with the show. So I'm just going to close it up by letting people know they can follow, the show. At
There's
Wicked
like
Theory.
Twitter, there's
There's
some
Twitter. There's
social things.
wickedtheory.com. You can find everything,
If it's media that's social, we're on it, basically.
basically. The ones that matter most.
It's not job
Do you
related,
have
so
a
we're not on
Tumblr?
that LinkedIn.
I do have a Tumblr. There is a
There's
Tumblr.
a Tumblr.
I haven't been posting to it lately. Where's it? Why, you got a Tumblr?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. But I do like going on Imager and seeing, funny Tumblrs.
Imager is fun. And Tumblr can be fun, too. So, yeah, find us at wickedtheory.com. Find links to my Twitter there, and you can follow Dom. Even though he's not here, you can follow him on Twitter at Dom_Torre, Torre. You can follow Ed at Ed O'Hare TBD. You can find Bob
At Bob at WTPC.
There you go.
And I don't have Twitter.
You do, but don't use it.
And I couldn't tell you what it was if you put a gun in my head right now.
I know what it is. I think
Do you?
remember. I think I remember it because it's one of your other handles.
If you put a gun to my head, I really couldn't tell you.
I-
But Bill knows it.
well, I can't remember because I think it's one of your other handles.
Probably.
I think it's the same one as your
I probably
PlayStation
needed
one.
to get points on a game I was playing.
Change your handle to this, and we'll give you 2
If you
points
link us to your Twitter, you'll
Right.
get 5 crystals for your
for your Crystal Crush.
that thing.
There you go. All right, kids. Yeah. Okay. So check us out next week. Come back
When
to-
we'll be talking about X-Files.
Oh, we forgot to talk about X-Files.
We'll talk about it next week.
Well, yeah, there will be X-Files
It'll
talk
be
next
fucking
week.
fresh.
That's for sure.
Whammy.
Yeah.
My name is Dr. Victor Freeze. I am recording what I pray will be mankind's first step toward immortality. Behind me you see the CC-100. A cryogenic freezing chamber of my own design. I created it for the express purpose of freezing subjects stricken with inoperable ailments. Subjects like my own beloved wife, Nora. Once a remedy has been found...
Open this door! Open it now! Get away from that equipment! Shut this stuff down.
Stop! This is my experiment.
Your unauthorized experiment. I ordered funding suspended weeks ago. I'm already $3 million in debt thanks to you.
You can't stop it now. My wife is in there.
So bring her out.
You can't interrupt the process now.
Open it.
It's her only chance.
This is my equipment. Mine. I have every legal right to use it or not use it as I see fit. I say this project ends now.
No! Stay away from her! Murderer!
Victor, I'm sorry. I lost my temper. It doesn't have to come to this. We can talk.
Oh! Oh!
Get out! Get out!
Nora! Nora! My God. Yes. It would move me to tears if I still had tears to shed.